Hello and welcome to the top 8 of Boston Cube Party 2026. I'm Derek Gallen and I'm joined by Max.
Max Mayer, aka Finite MTG. Hey Derek, great to be here. I am super excited for top 8 draft, and it looks like we are already into pack 1 pick 1 here. What are we looking at in this pack? It's a little hard to see. It looks like we've got Mimic Bat and Gix's command pulled to the front.
So while you're looking that up, Max, I just want to say this is Dan Schneider's Mystery Box Cube. Now this I'm really excited to watch us draft this cube and to see people play with these cards and discover these cards during the draft. For those of you tuning in, this is the first time that these players have drafted this cube before. Well, maybe some of them have drafted it during the weekend. I'm not sure. But the list is actually not public. Now, normally, when people draft any of these cubes at these events, there's always a list, and people can kind of like get to know the cards, get to understand how to draft. Not with this one. Not with this one in the top 8. The top 8. So this is for everything. This is for the trophy. And we're all discovering everything as we go. So what did they first pick?
It looked like, to me, it was a Gix's command, and now
Yeah.
it looked like we had Collector's Vault pulled to the front. Now it's Gifted Aetherborn and Big Score. So presumably Gifted Aetherborn would be there if we were planning on staying in black. Looks like we're just still combing through the pack. Maybe several options, keeping in mind at the same time.
Yeah, maybe getting familiar with the pack as they look
Yes.
through it. I mean, these players have not seen the list. They don't know what they're even looking at. They don't know how to contextualize the cards that they're even
Right.
seeing.
Okay. And I think that was I want to say that was a Magmatic Hellkite. Is that
I think
right?
that was Magmatic Hellkite.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I had the chance to draft this earlier this morning, and let me tell you, to me, this cube is like, it's like cards I own and cards I love stepped up one notch.
Sure.
Where there's like some intentionality, some curation, but all of these cards spark joy. And if you know Dan Schneider at all, you know he loves his cards that spark joy.
Yeah. Well,
What do we see in this pack here? Looks like a Callous Bloodmage quickly going to the front for our player.
yes. Yeah. We're also considering, looks like planning on being some kind of Rakdos deck. There's a Trumpeting Carnosaur pulled to the front as well. Going to check the picks that we already have. I believe this, the player we're spectating, this is Max Richards. So we've got some Max on Max commentary in this one. I'm excited. And, yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Looks like we're considering this green Mana Dork as well. Tender Wild Guide.
Yeah, Tender Wild Guide, I think it's called.
Yes. Looks like
So they have 2 black cards, right? And now they're thinking, what are they like? They're thinking
one
about
black, one red. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 1 black, 1 red. Right. So they're debating, do I take the green card or do I take the...
The red card.
The
Okay,
big
it looks
red
like we are
card.
going to go with the Trumpeting Carnosaur there.
And Trumpeting Carnosaur, great generic card, gives you immediate value, or you can discard it to use it as a removal spell. So it's modal in that way, right?
Yes, yeah. It seemed to me like we were considering potentially, taking a cheaper, more efficient card in the Wild Guide, but just maybe wanted to stay on color with the pick we'd already made in the Hellkite. So
Wait a minute. I think Max might have pulled Chromatic Lantern all the way to the front of the pack. I don't know, Max, have you ever done the Chromatic Lantern nonsense in cubes before?
I've played it on Magic Online, and it's like it gives every land every activated ability, but in paper it seems like a dream and keeps you nice and wide open. So yeah, okay,
There
and
we
we're just
go.
snapping off the Chromatic
There
Lantern.
we go. Oh my god, this is
Okay.
going to be exciting.
Yes, it is.
So they've prioritized bigger spells,
Yes.
sweepers, interaction, and now a Chromatic Lantern.
Yes. And between that and the Tender Wild Guide, even though we didn't end up taking that one, it does look like we have a preference for fixing and ramping our mana. And looks like now maybe we get paid off and we're seeing some big spells here. Multiple choice, Prophetic Bolt, kind of splashier spells pulled to the front of the pack.
Yeah. And it seems like that's what Max is like airing towards is like bigger creatures, bigger spells, modal spells in the Gix's command and the
Exactly.
Trumpeting Carnosaur.
Yes.
So maybe they're thinking of just being a little slower and a little more controlling just right out of the gate.
There's also a possibility that this pack is somewhat awkward for us, like not seeing a ton of black or red cards in this one. We do have this Restoration of Iganjo pulled to the front, which I'm not sure about this plan because it doesn't really feel like it meshes super well with our other picks, but we are going to take it here.
We're going to take it.
Yeah.
Do you think they're just picking based on like raw card power or just like trying to pick cards that have value and they're just going to figure it out?
Yeah, I think that could make sense. To me, it feels like we are still trying to identify our lane, and yeah, just taking cards that you identify as powerful or cards that provide value for you. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, and I think in the dark that's a really good plan. Like just erring on the side of making sure your cards are worth more than one card or
Yes.
can trade evenly. Ooh,
Oh.
Season of the Burrow.
Yeah,
That card I had in my deck this morning.
your trophy deck. That is.
it,
Yeah.
Oh, my trophy deck. Thank you. It was gas, everybody.
Yeah.
And so Season of the Burrow and Fiery Impulse. Yeah, there we
Okay.
go. Cheap removal, value,
Nice.
and then the Chromatic Lantern to kind of like keep things open ended.
Yes, and it feels like we're maybe potentially paid off for reading the signals that white could be open, taking that Restoration of Iganjo. It's so tricky though to know, what constitutes a signal in a cube where you haven't seen the list, presumably you haven't drafted it before. It's kind of just up to everyone's best guess, right?
Absolutely, and that's what's so exciting about this.
Yes.
Ooh. Okay.
Looks like a young Pyromancer at the front of the pack for now. Everflowing Chalice also consideration.
Yeah, just keeping red, staying flexible. There's a couple of lands in the pack, but the Max doesn't seem to care too much about the lands, even though they've prioritized the Chromatic Lantern. So now they're taking
Yes.
a Chalice and a Lantern. So raw ramp spells seem to be of importance to Max.
Yes, yeah. Feels like you said, maybe lands aren't at the, front of the list of priorities, but still non-land permanents that produce mana, those are valuable.
Okay. So this is an interesting moment here. So they have Anger of the Gods and Lingering Souls pulled up the front.
Yes, also Alicia. Okay, we're going to snap off the Lingering Souls.
That was a quick snap too.
Yeah, it was. Okay, and
So they've already told us they're going to take the shot.
yes, Chandra Flamecaller. All right, so we're looking to be some kind of big Boros deck.
Big Boros.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not
Hey.
something you see every day.
Guess what my trophy deck was this morning?
Did it happen to be Boros?
Did it happen to be Big Boros?
Oh, wow. Specific. Okay, wow. So running it back. So either
Maybe they got a little tip after the draft was over.
some, or potentially just some common great intuition on your part and on
Yeah,
theirs.
yeah,
So yeah. All right.
I like the intentionality here. Cheap interaction in that Fiery Impulse. Value spells. Ways to create multiple blockers.
Yeah.
Ways to control the board and go a little bit bigger.
Yes.
In the dark, I think that's a really, really smart plan. Sticking to value, sticking to power of your cards.
Yeah. So this is interesting. I feel like these are a couple of the cards we had pulled to the front of the
Look
pack.
at that signal. Look at that
Yes,
signal.
every card is Boros. There's a black land. I assume the Gix's command is not necessarily on the table for us at the moment, but okay, actually, maybe I'm mistaken. There goes the Restless Fortress.
Okay, so finally they've decided to start eating some vegetables and take a land.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So now leaning away from straight Big Boros and maybe more toward Mardu. I don't think we have any green or blue cards at this point.
No, I don't think we do. And I think maybe the concession to taking Lingering Souls, maybe
Yes,
like we're
yeah.
gonna be Boros, we can now have 2 pieces of fixing to splash for Lingering Souls flashback.
Right.
So maybe we're looking at like a big Mardu deck.
Yeah, and it's definitely much less ambitious to try to splash a flashback on Lingering Souls than trying to splash like the front side of a Gix's command, right? A double black spell. So
Right. Ooh, decent payoff here in Market Backwalker.
yes, there's also Embrace the Unknown that we're gonna give a read to. This one is funny because I mean it's in a supplementary product. Not very many people know the card, but it is a kind of constant stream of value. So
Yeah. It's like a late game engine, right? In of itself.
yes. Okay. This pack seems a little bit thin for us. We're wrapping up pack 1 here, so there might not be too many options. But we are gonna snap off this Tear Asunder.
That felt like a hate draft to me.
Yeah. Oh wow, Prophetic Bolts. What is this? 13th pick here?
Yeah, 13th pick Prophetic Bolt.
Yeah.
Signaling also Max's potential interest to just keep stretching that mana base. Little bit dangerous maybe with just maybe leaning a little too hard on that Chromatic Lantern. I don't know. Or maybe they just take the Prophetic Bolt because it's a sweet card.
Yeah. Regardless though, so we've ended up with Brionne Stoutarm, and kind of like what you were saying before about the pack with all the Boros cards. Not every pack is going to look like that. Last pick here, I think that was a Stormwing Entity. But
Right.
yeah, so not every pack is going to have a super high concentration of red and white cards because of the randomness that is Paper Cube.
Sure.
But still, getting a red, white, gold card so late in the pack, that does feel like, that is some kind of signal that our colors are open.
Absolutely. However, Brionne Stoutarm isn't like your classic Boros card. It's not heroic reinforcements. It's not rip apart. Oh, wow. We just moved right into pack 2. No time for
No
reviewing this
hesitation,
one.
yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Looks like a
Is it
Boulder Dash. That's right.
Boulder
Yes.
Dash in the front, and a Restless Spire.
Okay.
Finally starting to see some lands in the packs, and at first I thought that Max wasn't even going to take the lands. And okay, now we're starting to see a little bit of vegetables at the table.
Would you describe yourself as something of a land lover, Derek?
You know, it depends upon the day. Some days I'm just happy with 15, 16 basics. Other
Yeah.
days I love first picking a land.
Sure. Yeah.
What about you?
I like my lands. Maybe as a fellow Max, maybe I underrate them a little bit. I might have passed a few of these lands myself too. But okay, here's a Blackcleave Cliffs.
Okay, so now
Pack
we
two,
see-
pick two.
Now we see Max slowing down, taking some lands, trying to get their feet under them a little bit.
Hmm.
Let's see. Let's take a look. I'm glad that Max is looking, keeps checking.
Yes,
We can
it's
kind of see what's going on.
right. And we did pass the Restless Spire that we saw pack two, pick one, which to me signals that, maybe we're not particularly interested in trying to pick up that land to splash the Prophetic Bolt.
Yeah.
Or look into blue in general.
Yeah. Maybe we are going to just see like a Mardu deck
Yes.
start to come together. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we see a Devil's Play.
Okay. That's a nice one. Just your classic Blaze Fireball effect.
Yep.
It's got flashback as well. I'm going to go through the deck here. And I think you're right, by the way. I think it was a Market Back Walker that we ended up taking from the
Yes.
pack with the Retrace card. Yeah.
And I like that card. It's a good payoff for just like wanting to be reactive, wanting to be more controlling.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you value like on the way out, so you can block and trade with it pretty easily. What did they
And-
just take there?
I didn't see exactly what it was. It
we're
did
gonna
look.
find out in just
I
a
do believe it was a land, so I'm guessing you'd appreciate that.
It was Lanowars? I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure exactly. It might have been like Sulphurous Mire.
We'll find out in a minute. Ooh, Goblin
Yeah.
Guy. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, that one I
Blood Chief
assume
Thirst-
doesn't really fit the plan,
Blood
but
Chief Sir seems to be more. Wait, is that
Oh.
a Coalition relic? too?
also a Gaunty.
And a
Okay.
Gaunty. Ooh,
Yes.
That's straight value.
Yeah.
I just want you to know something, Max.
Yes.
When I used to team draft all the time in New York
Mm-hmm.
City, like a competitive team draft league, we all had avatars. So
Okay.
we could use to pick seats around the table. Guess what my avatar was?
It must have been Gaunty.
It was Gaunty, Lord of Luxury.
Yes. Okay, and that to me looked like it was a Blood Chief's Thirst that
Yes.
we took. And that one is a nice pickup because just like the Fiery Impulse, we have a lot of powerful, expensive, splashy
Did you see
cards.
that? They shrugged a little bit looking at all the big blue cards in the pack.
Yeah. Okay, and we've got Inspiring Vantage pulled to the front. Gonna go through the deck briefly here, it looks like, to try to make sense
Maybe
of
we'll
this pick.
maybe we'll get a snippet of what that land was.
Yeah.
was a Llanowar
Llanowar
Waste.
Waste. Interesting. Okay, and no green spells
Ooh,
yet, to my
a
knowledge.
Mixless Reignited.
Okay, nice.
The classic cube planeswalker. Plus draw a card, minus kill a creature, emblem, maybe slowly win the game.
Hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And it looks like
got
now we've got
Roast.
Roast to the front of the pack.
Yep.
Again, gonna continue that trend of cheap removal spells or potentially to try to balance out, the kind of expensive haymakers, the top end.
Yeah, and I'm starting to wonder how much Max is willing to be three colors and willing to keep skipping these lands, or if we're going to see them kind of skew slowly towards two colors.
Right.
I'm a little nervous because now we seem to be definitely taking
Okay.
black and red
I
cards.
believe that was a Restless Fence. That's what it looked like to me. So I guess this time we did pass the cheap removal.
Well, I didn't see what it was, but I'll trust you.
Yeah, I think that one got it.
It's a little hard with the glare, but I think I see a Midnight Reaper.
Yes, we've got that one
Yeah.
pulled up to the front. There's the Restless
It was
Fence in
indeed a
back.
Restless Fence, yeah. So I think with these picks, we're looking at red-black.
Yeah, it feels like we're moving away from white to me,
Yeah.
which, okay, and here's the Midnight Reaper.
Interesting pick here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we have like a creature density to really make that work. Maybe it's just like a slow Phyrexian Rager.
Sure, yeah. Totally fine standalone card. I agree with that. Now we've got Elder Dragon War and a Dragon Skull Summit pulled to the front. It's interesting because, depending on the number of white cards we want to play, it feels like our fixing might actually be okay. But the
Yeah.
question is, how many of these cards do you think we are going to end up splashing,
I
Derek?
don't know. We're gonna have to find out because Max seems to be jockeying around still a little bit with
Yeah.
the potential of a third color, or maybe with two colors.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, that Restless Spire.
Looks
Does that come back?
It looks like that's the wheel, yes. So we could still be open to potential Prophetic Bolt Splash. I assume Stormwing Entity is not on the menu. Okay.
Oh, we have a Goliath Daydreamer right
Okay,
up to the
nice.
front from Lorwyn Eclipsed.
Yeah.
That new card that lets you recast your instants and sorceries.
Yes, that's a
Yes.
sweet one.
Another good value card, little on the expensive side. I gotta say, I'm a little worried about the lack of 2-drops in Max's deck.
Yeah. Well, we do have Everflowing Chalice. That one is a 2-drop. I suppose Market Back Walker could be played as one as well.
Absolutely.
But I'm concerned too.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned. And,
Yeah.
there was a potential to take Anger of the Gods in pack 1, and they pass it.
True.
Not a 2-drop, but could have been a way to have a catch-up spell.
Exactly. Yeah. We do have Chandra Flamecaller, which also does provide that effective as a sweeper, but at twice the mana value, it's kind of tough to imagine that that's really going to help us stabilize that often.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, there is a 2-drop in Red and Black, Kargan Intimidator.
Yes, we've also got Chromatic Sphere. Can't quite see what's pulled to the front here, but
I
that's
have to imagine Max is going to take the 2-drop here.
Oh, looks like we're considering the Sphere. Falcon Wrath Aristocrats also in the mix.
I mean, I don't think there's any 2-drops in Max's deck.
You might be right. I guess there still isn't because we're taking a Chromatic Sphere here. And
Now, this is something that...
Okay, here's the Sunlit
so we're
Marsh.
Yep, Sunlit Marsh. This is something that, you can kind of... Oh, wow, the rest of the pack is all red and black.
Okay, well, kind of like the one pack toward the end of pack 1,
Yeah.
where we saw all the Boros cards. This time we're seeing all the Rakdos.
Max, very good. Take
That
the
was a
2-drop.
Timoret? Okay, yes, that is 2 mana, thankfully. All right.
Timoret, chosen from death.
A little bit tricky on the mana. Okay, looks like we've got a Flesh Carver pulled to the front here.
Oh, they're thinking about it.
Oh, okay. Actually,
They're
yeah,
thinking
we
about it.
haven't committed to this one quite yet.
Do you know, when I played this cube this morning, all of these decks got on the board.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't like slow enough that you could wait until turn
Yes.
3 and look.
Yeah.
Now Max is taking Flesh Carver.
Yes. So still actually avoiding the 2
And
drops.
gets paid with another red-white land just then.
Okay. All right. And here's
Ooh,
a Thrill of Possibility.
That's
Nice one
a
to pick
good
up.
pickup.
Yes. Doesn't affect the board, but at least does spend the mana on turn 2.
Yeah.
And we are short on ways to
And
do
then
that.
there was
And then
a
a
Soul
Soul Flare
Flare
to
was the
round
last
out the
pick.
pack. Yep.
Not crazy about that one. There's really not a lot of keyword abilities I saw in the creatures in the pool, but
Right. But when it's a
Okay.
cards you like cube, sometimes you just got to throw the old Soul Flare in there.
absolutely, absolutely. So what do you think about this deck after 2 packs?
Well, it's interesting. I think we made the right move jockeying away from the white. I didn't really see the vision there myself, and I do like the Rakdos cards. On the other hand, I am quite concerned about the curve. I think you make a good point about the lack of 2 drops.
Yeah, and the other thing, and that Thrill of Possibility was actually a really important pick for Max, I think.
Yeah.
Because there's really no card flow in the deck.
Yes.
Maybe that's why they took the Midnight Reaper, because they became a little concerned about just like card advantage.
Yeah.
And one of the things that these black-red decks can run into is
Yeah.
it's a pile of removal with no way to recoup the card advantage.
Yes, that's a
You go-
classic Rakdos issue.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You go 1 for 1 all day long, but if your opponent's creatures are cantripping or replacing themselves in any way,
You're falling
going to be
behind.
empty. You're going to be
Exactly.
empty-handed.
Empty-handed. Yes, Hellbent. The Rakdos mechanic.
The Rakdos mechanic. Yes.
All right. Now it looks like we're starting pack 3 up here. We've got a Cast Down pulled to the front. Another nice cheap removal. We don't have a ton of ways to actually get on board early, but we do have at least a few cheap removals right between the Fiery Impulse, the Bloodchief's Thirst, and potentially a Cast Down in the mix as well.
Now here's a question that just came to my mind, Max.
What's that?
What if Max is like, I'm just not going to really draft very many creatures and try to blank those removal spells.
I don't need creatures. I just need you not to have creatures.
yeah.
Okay, and there's the Cast Down. Now it looks like we're considering Urabrask 2.0, I guess.
I
Urabrask
think Max
Heretic
is
Praetor.
reading Urabrask.
Yes,
as a
okay.
Praetor.
Well, that one does provide you some card advantage, so
It does.
that's nice.
See a lot in here. There's Elspeth, Sun's Nemesis. There's a Doomwake Giant. and a
Phoenix of Ash also pulled to the front, yes. So Phoenix, definitely a solid one. Looks like
Good
we're going to
value.
take it there, yeah. Probably slightly better suited to a more aggressive version of the deck, but still, nice recursive threat.
Seal of Fire.
Okay.
Decent pickup. Kind of
Nice.
goes along theme with what we're looking at already.
Yeah.
Now, there's a decent one I saw in that pack there is Clarion Conqueror.
Oh, that is a nice one. We also got a Nevinyrral's Disc, a Solemn Simulacrum,
Oh,
and I think
wow.
a Cut Down pulled to the front. So lots of options here for Rakdos.
Lots of options, lots of removal.
Do you think
lot-
we're just off the white? We haven't seen too many white cards recently.
I don't know. I mean, I think Max has at least 3 Pixies of Fixing plus the Chromatic Lantern.
Yeah.
So Lingering Souls might just be
Sure.
enough of a free roll that
Just
maybe
finds
the
its way in there.
non-basics can find, just
Yeah.
let it find its way there.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the time in lower powered environments, Lingering Souls is a power outlier, so I wouldn't be surprised to, just splash it.
Oh, absolutely. Lingering Souls a house.
Yes.
A house.
All right. This seems to be a tough pick. Probably has to do with the density of Rakdos cards in this pack. Gonna continue checking the list. Not sure exactly what we're looking for here.
I think Max needs like a Night's Whisper.
Yes.
I'd even take like a Read the Bones, like anything
Yeah.
that just gets gets card flow going a little bit. But
Right. That
You
would be
know-
nice for sure. Okay, we're gonna go with cut down here. I believe we did pass the literal card Knight's Whisper earlier as well. Okay,
Whoa.
assemble the Legion.
assemble the Legion. That's a game plan all of and of itself. An army in a can.
Yes. Again, a little bit Lingering Souls-esque. You know, on one hand, it's also a white card that would be on the splash for us, and on the other hand, it makes quite a few tokens. So,
Yeah.
yes,
Max slams it, slams it down.
a man after, or someone after your own taste, I guess. Yeah.
I've assembled a couple Legions in my day.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
However, I have to say, I usually die before I make enough tokens to take over the game.
Okay, and we've got a Hellkite Charger at the front of this one. We're going to keep combing through. Looks like a Rip Apart there, and
Yep.
Eldest Reborn as well. Glare makes it a bit
Reborn-
tricky.
Eldest Reborn decent if the concern is just a little bit getting a little bit of
Retreat.
advantage. Okay.
Okay, so we are
Sticking
definitely
with
back
fixing.
on the whites. The white is back on the menu.
I think that they're definitely playing Lingering Souls at this point,
Yeah.
and Restoration of a Gandra. I mean, these are two of the cards in their deck that provide any kind of like, extra value.
Right. Yeah, does seem
Oh.
likely to me.
Perfect 2-drop.
Yes, the Sunset,
Sunset
Strike
Strike
Master.
Master.
Yeah.
This is a 3/1 for 2, but most importantly, it taps for red mana.
Yes, this seems critical for us. I would be really surprised if we took anything else from this pack. And yeah, okay, there we go.
Prioritizing ramp, even to the and removal, even to the detriment of the 2-drops. Finally, we found Max's perfect 2-drop.
Yes, we found a 2-drop mana dork that actually is a creature, although it's red, and that seems like very much what this deck needed. So hopefully it'll allow us to, not fall too far behind in the early game.
Yeah. I mean, I like the game plan. Max's game plan is solid. Prioritizing being reactive, being a little slower.
I was a little surprised we didn't take the Nevinyrral's Disc earlier, especially given that we don't seem to get on board that quickly in terms of creatures. What did you think about that pick?
I thought that a sweeper was definitely needed in this deck. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe they thought because they had Gix's Command and Chandra that maybe they had enough. But I would have definitely wanted something else, like
Yeah.
a third piece of mass removal.
Sure. Okay, looks like we've got Cruel Sadist here. There's a Sir Conrad as well. And quite a few white cards toward the end of the pack. Most of them are double white, so I don't imagine we'll be going with those, but we'll see. We've actually got Increasing Devotion pulled here to the front. Maybe we can make the double white work. We've taken a number of lands since the start of the draft. There's a Rootbound Crag as well, but I don't believe we have a single green pip.
I don't believe we have a single green pip. I think
Yeah.
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I think I need to see the pack again.
I'd like to see it as well.
So,
Okay.
what do you think about Cruel Sadist?
It's an interesting one. I actually don't mind it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take a Rootbound Crag. Hard to know if that's like a speculative pick given how late it is in pack 3 or if we're trying to take this away from a potential Grohl player.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that pick.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I am sure that P and Kieran Nalaar or English Unmaking are both extremely good for their deck.
Yes, that seems true to me as well. I feel like Anguished Unmaking, I'm maybe not quite as high on that one, just given the life loss and, given the 2 different colors of mana required. But
Yeah.
Pia and Karen, okay, we are going to
P and
snap off
Kieran,
the
that's a stabilizing card. That's
Yes.
a catch-up card. That's
Yes.
what I want to see.
same here.
More
Okay.
lands, more Mardu lands. They're just coming around the table.
Now Battlefield Forge. All right. Just going to take that one quickly
Yep.
here.
Look, the Urbrass came back. That
Nice.
seems great for Max's deck too. It's an
Yeah.
actual way to draw an extra card. That's
Yeah.
all I want.
We do have the Ob Nixilis as well in terms of card advantage, but I guess I am still a little bit worried because, sometimes when your card advantage sources are 5 or 6 mana, you actually need to draw cards just to hit your land drops and cast them. So
Yeah.
we'll see about that. But we are going to take the Urbrask here.
Okay. So plenty of ways. So now more ways to draw some extra cards, more ways to get a little value. It's all erring on the more expensive side.
Yes.
Be really interesting to see how these games play out.
Yeah. I have to wonder what the other decks at the table look like. Have to wonder if other people also have some decks that are, shall we say, on the more dirtily side of things.
Okay, well, I can tell you a little bit.
Yeah.
So one thing, you know what? We haven't brought this up yet. This is a 360 card cube. I
Okay.
think that's important. So the whole cube is being drafted.
Sure.
Now, with that being said,
Okay,
there's
here's
a
an
lot
Outpost
of...
Siege, by the way.
There's an Outpost Siege?
Yes.
Another 4-mana way to draw extra cards.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good green ramp. There's a lot of really good blue reactive cards.
Yeah.
Now, if you notice, we saw almost none of those
Right.
during the draft.
Yeah.
They seemed pretty contested, at least from Max's seat anyway.
Yeah. So
Um,
I guess in other words, to me, it feels like lane wise we're doing all right. We're not
Yes.
competing with any Simic players, right? So
No, we're not competing with any Simic players, Max.
that said, though, yeah. So
there's-
what about the whole curve situation?
I'm just a little, I'm just based on my experience drafting the Cube last. Look at this. Isolated Chapel and Sacred Peak still in the pack.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna or probably take the one that has the chance to enter untapped here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I was gonna say is everybody seemed to have low curve decks. There's elves, there's 2-drops, there's ways to get advantage at 2 and 3 mana, and I'm really interested to see if these removal spells will allow Max to stay in the game
Right.
and bridge to that really powerful mid to late game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting because, against a deck that's playing creatures early, I feel like we do have at least a few cheap removal spells that might help us kind of stabilize or survive into the mid or late game. But what about like against those blue reactive decks that aren't necessarily playing creatures
I
early?
know.
Yeah.
There's really no way to put pressure on them, and maybe you give them enough time to set up and react to you and counter your spells, and
Yeah.
could be a tough matchup.
I think so too. I was thinking, either discard spells or like you said, maybe cheap pressure could be really useful in that matchup. I don't think we've seen very much like that. So okay.
Look at this. Look at this. A Putrefied and a Rip Apart.
Nice.
Gold
We're gonna take the
cards
rip
and
apart
lands are
there.
flowing.
Yep. And can't quite see what we're taking there. I know it's not the Lava Spur Boots.
All right.
here's
the
the
last
Sir
pick,
Conrad
Sir
last pick.
Conrad the Grim.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So I think overall drafted the seat pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Identified what colors were open.
Did start taking lands.
Did
That's
start
important.
taking lands. Got a lot of lands late, so
Yeah.
definitely easy.
Yeah.
Towards the end there with the supportive on the mana base.
Right.
It'd be really interesting to see what the finished product looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll get a chance to see deck lists or not, but it'd be cool to be able to take a look at that.
Yeah. I'm curious as well. Well, I'm curious. Like, what do you think Max is thinking about this deck or this draft right now? Like, do you think is Max like fist pumping after this? Like, are we like, all right, this trophy's in the bag? Are we like, oh no, how are we gonna survive to round 2? Are we somewhere in between?
Dude, it's a great question. I don't know. I think I can't speak for Max, but I do think that he's staked his claim pretty early on of what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And that was open for him during the draft.
Yeah.
So if anything, he must be feeling at least decent.
Yeah.
That, he was in the lane that he identified, and he
Right.
got the cards that he seemed like he wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. So not only do I feel like color-wise, things seemed like they turned out all right for us. I also feel like, for the most part, a lot of our cards did seem basically on plan with each other. It's
Yeah.
not like we ended up with a lot of, Goblin Guides and Lava Spur Boots. Like we're not really set up to try to be some kind of aggressive deck that we can't really support. So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, nice.
Amazing. Hi everybody.
Hey everyone,
Welcome to the booth of
Yes.
Boston Cube Party.
we're here with the top 8,
Yeah.
and excited to see all of you. And
Yes.
tune in on chat as well. Oh, Handsome Tom says Big Boros was my nickname in college.
Big Boros is my nickname. Hey, handsome Tom, how are you? That's my buddy Tommy. Tommy Choma. He's one of my guys from Connecticut. back in
Right.
the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to just now that we've finished the draft, we can zoom out a little bit.
Yeah.
So this cube was advertised before this event as being mystery box.
Right.
Nobody was gonna know the contents of the cube
Yes.
before the event started, and we're all gonna try our hands at drafting something blind. Now, Max, you're one of the probably one of the best chaos drafters in the world. You have a Discord about it. You have a podcast about it. You play in the Chaos World Championships or something. What's it like for you when you draft a chaos environment, which is basically a bunch of unknowns?
Yeah.
What's the way that you like to approach that? Like, what comes to mind for you?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I guess first of all, from my perspective specifically, something I would say is there are sort of diminishing returns on the novelty in the sense that, like, once you start looking at thousands or tens of thousands of cards, you're going to see the same ones over and over, right?
Sure.
And at some point, you do kind of get used to them. That said, I'm not sure whether or not other Max has that experience. So thinking about what kind of thinking I might have used, like if I were in Max's position, I think one of the biggest things that comes to mind is just heuristics, right? If I have this idea of like, okay, I'm building a slower kind of mid-rangey or controlling deck, one of the things I'm going to be thinking about is how do I survive in the early game, right? I think that's something that we were speaking to frequently throughout the draft.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that I think is, by and large, kind of the easy answer for me, heuristics. So,
Yeah.
But what about you, Derek? You're also a fan of Chaos Draft aficionado yourself.
I am. And
Yeah.
I am. And I agree with basically everything you said. Like, over a long enough timeline, you begin to like establish these like base heuristics on what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So I think we're going to be able to start looking at the actual deck building here.
Okay. And you'll be glad to know that we do have both the Everflowing Chalice and the 2-mana red Dork in the build.
And the Brian Stout Arm.
Yes. Okay.
Is it Brian or Brian?
Beats me. Some kind of stout arm.
I didn't draft the set, so I back in the day, so I'm not actually sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So looking at this curve, and that was the thing I was most concerned about.
Right.
It's
looks-
a little clunky.
Yeah. Notice that we're not, well, at first I thought we weren't quite sorting by curve, but I guess we just have the Bloodchief's Thirst as a 4-mana play. How often do you anticipate that card being cast for 1 mana as opposed to 4?
I think, given my experience in this cube, it's mostly going to be cast for 1 mana.
Sure.
Especially because they have, cast down Ob Nixilis, Chandra to be able to deal with like more expensive threats. But then again, if they play against a green deck with a bunch of 4, 5, and 6 mana creatures and like a Galta, they might need to hold that for that.
Sure. I'm noticing also it looks like we have a Trumpeting Carnosaur in the 3-mana non-creature slot. So, obviously there is another sort of mode to that card, but it seems like we are not necessarily planning on that being our plan A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're playing Tetris with our mana values a little bit here.
Sure.
We're just flipping around, trying to make them fit where we need them to.
Yeah. Okay. I'm also curious, what do you think about Chromatic Sphere? Because, I don't mind a card like a Chromatic Sphere, but I feel like, when you have multiple cards on the splash, it's not necessarily the most reliable piece of fixing. I'm curious if you feel the same way, or if there's another reason we might be playing it.
Max, I'm looking at this deck list, and I'm looking at the Chromatic Sphere, and I'm just wondering what we're even supposed to be doing with it. Maybe we just use it
Recur
to...
with Restoration of Igonja?
Yeah, it's almost like it has cycling or something,
Yeah.
and it's just a 1 mana play.
Right.
And maybe we get it back with Restoration of Iganjo
Yeah.
or something. Like I'm not sure. They clearly got enough mana fixing. There's the Hangerback Walker to be able to reliably cast these white spells. I
Yeah.
mean, I see 6 non-basic lands that tap for white mana.
Yeah. And looking at the top end, I do see some of the nice, powerful cards that, can potentially provide card advantage for us. The Ob Nixilis, there's the Urabrask, of course, our pack 1 pick 1, the Gix's Command, and the 6-mana Chandra as well. What do you think about these as like potential top end cards, finishers? Do you think they're going to do the trick?
I really like Chandra and Gix's Command and Ob Nixilis as a package. I like that they're a way for you to stall the game with cheap removal and then like try to 1-for-1 them and then use these cards to gain back value that you would lose from just going 1-for-1 with your opponent a lot.
Yeah.
Especially because some of the decks in this cube are really good at playing cheaper creatures and
Right.
getting value off of them.
Sure. Is that the Goliath Daydreamer that we just added to the 4-mana slot?
That is, and you know what? I really like that card over Brian Stoutarm. I mean, what are we flinging with Brian Stoutarm? Trumpeting Carnosaur? And at that point, I think we're just winning the game, no?
It's a good question. I feel like, I'm not sure if it's Brian or Brion here. It looks like actually this person in chat is saying the pronunciation is likely Brion. Okay, got it.
Okay.
So we'll call it Brion. Anyway, looks like from my perspective, this card might just be 4-mana 4/4 lifelink. I don't know if we are flinging anything necessarily. I guess that sort of works with the Midnight Reaper if we do draw some
Sure.
cards in the process.
I love me a 4-mana 4/4 lifelink. So I think it's a really good stat line just in a vacuum.
Yeah. And I guess, especially if we're planning on playing catch up, could be like a bigger blocker than some of the attackers that we could be facing. Obviously, lifelink is a great catch up or stabilizing ability. So
Yeah. Yeah.
all right.
Oh, hey Aqua.
How's it
Aqua's in
going?
the chat.
Nice.
And then Mayhem Strength says Delirium. I don't think there are any Delirium cards in Max's pool.
Yeah, I think we were speculating about why the Chromatic Sphere might have been in the deck.
Well, look at it now. Look at the deck list
Oh,
again, Max.
all right. We're Chromatic Sphereless. Maybe we might have been talking too loudly. Max is right over there.
No,
Just kidding.
We aren't actually that far from the players,
Yeah.
so yeah, but I don't think they can hear us.
No, I don't think so either. Okay.
Yeah, so I think if I was to look at this, if I had this deck
Yeah.
and I had this pool of cards, I would look at it and say, if I don't have a 2-mana play,
Yeah.
I'm just behind every game.
Right. So in that case, what's happening? Are you mulliganing or like what? What's the plan? I guess.
I don't know. I mean, how much do you want to mulligan just to have like a removal spell? I would, if I want the Everflowing Chalice, the 2-mana 3/1 red creature, or the Marketback Walker.
Right.
I want to be able to. I just have to get on the board somehow.
Sure. Okay. And I guess my follow-up question for you is, how do you feel about the number of like potential tap lands in this deck? Because we do have a lot of fixing lands. That part is true. But some of these lands, enter untapped conditionally. Some of them have to enter tapped. And I'm just thinking that, tempo-wise, we're already maybe starting the game off a little slow. That could kind of exacerbate the issue. Do you feel that way too, or?
It could. If anything, all the tap lands act as a strength in a deck that's trying to start on turn 2.
Sure.
Especially if they're on the play.
Yeah.
If they're on the draw, there's a lot more pressure to have cut down or fiery impulse on turn 1.
Good point.
So there is a little bit of tension there.
I agree.
However, I think the designer has, Dan Schneider, has put most of these lands in. I mean, there's the Restless lands, and then there's the Dominaria United duels.
Yes.
These all come into play tap
Right.
100% of the time. So that signals to me that there's a little bit of breathing space
Sure.
around 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that that's true for Max in this draft because, I'm assuming we're going to have a tap land on turn 1,
Right.
a good amount of the time.
For sure. Yeah. And all right. Sounds like we're going to be headed to a break here in just a moment. Thank you guys for sticking with us. We'll be back for you shortly.
Yeah. Oh, and before we go, Mayhem, there is actually no cube list. Dan Schneider built this cube before the event and insisted that the list never be made public, and everyone was going to have to learn on the fly. And I think it's a wonderful little change of pace for us here at all these cube events.
It sure is.
All right, welcome back to the finals of the top 8 of Boston Cube Party. We're in round 1, Dan Schneider's mystery box. We've got Max on the right up against Justin on the left.
Yep. And I think we heard that Justin is the higher seed. It sounds like he will have the choice as to whether to take the play or draw. It looks like he's taking the play. I'm gonna looks like some kind of restless ridgeline, I think is the
We
term
got
of play
a
here.
restless off.
True. All right. So then here's the question about like what is the turn 2 follow up here? Okay, here's a Copperline Gorge. Our mana's looking nice. And I think this is a Sear Slicer Goblin.
Yeah, this is Sear Slicer Goblin.
Yeah.
So it's got a raid ability that if they attack this turn, they get a 1/1 Goblin.
Yeah.
Ooh, and
Okay.
the turn 2 Marketback Walker.
That looks
Just
great.
just like he wanted, just like he needs for his game
Just
plan.
like we drew it up. Exactly. Yeah. And I think you mentioned
Can we
too.
pull up Marketback Walker?
Yeah, sure thing.
Well,
Okay.
Maybe a little too,
Boom.
maybe a,
Just immediately pointing the seal of
yeah,
fire
yeah,
at it.
Maybe playing a Seal of Fire.
Yeah.
But look, Max gets to trade a card, draw a card,
Right.
just like Max wants to do.
So it is a 2-for-1 exchange in Max's favor, but at the same time, Justin's going to come in for a couple points of damage. We're going to get a Goblin end of turn. Here's the Kargan Intimidator that we saw from Max.
Now we know where all those 2-drops went.
Exactly, yeah. And it's tricky because, this is sort of what I meant about not all of the spells in red were necessarily unplanned for us. Intimidator's a great card, but it is really intended to be more aggressive.
Max passes the turn at 3 with nothing to do. Hopefully has a removal spell.
Yeah, what do you think the chances are that we have an instant speed removal here?
Pretty high.
Okay. Even so, like, I guess I'm still worried because even if we kill, let's say, the Sear Slicer to stop the snowballing, there's still going to be that Kargan Intimidator, right? Coming in for... Oh, okay, here's the Carnosaur. We're going to channel that, effectively. Yeah,
So we had instant speed removal.
we did.
However, it was attached to a big creature. Oh, and just like you said, see? So you
Right.
stop the bleeding a little bit, but then they play a 4-mana spell.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure what this one is. Can't quite make it out. Would you happen
Yeah,
to?
it looks like a 4-mana gold creature.
Yeah.
A red-green creature.
Looks like it has trample.
Maybe chat can help us out if they have anybody there who knows what
For
it is.
sure, yeah. I wish we had Boulder Dash. I believe that one's a sorcery.
All right, so
Okay.
we've got Magmatic Hellkite.
Nice.
This is a really, really good development for Max. This is a stabilizing body.
Mm-hmm.
Well, assuming that the green-red creature is smaller than a 4/4,
True.
but it's a somewhat stabilizing body
Yeah.
that will keep Justin a little bit off balance while Max attempts to develop a little bit.
Yeah, 5 toughness is so much against a red deck here. Gotta feel, relatively good, I think, as Max to have this thing come down. And still just being in this situation, being on the draw, having Justin untap. Looks like we've got a slew of cheap spells in this deck. I don't know. I'm not sure if you're quite comfortable with the situation. So,
Well, I like this because it's a good hold the breath moment.
mm-hmm.
See what Justin has as a follow-up. I see a Kogla
Yeah.
in Justin's hand. I see a Garrick. Is that Garrick Relentless?
I think so. And there's a chance it's a Zealous Conscripts as well, but I wasn't quite sure about that last one.
All right, so the Kargan Intimidator says, Magmatic Hellkite, you're a coward.
Looks like we can check whether it's this Ashroot Animist. Okay, yes, it actually does look like it might be this
Okay,
one.
got it. So that's the red-green creature on Justin's side.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
Thanks for the assist, chat. All right, and
So the
Okay.
triggering the Ashroot Animist. So it's going to get +X targeting the goblin.
yikes.
So that's +3/+3.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's an easy block.
Right. Okay, and how
So
much
they-
damage are we taking?
Looks like 5.
Okay.
No, it's more than that because of the pump on the goblin.
Right. Yeah.
It's 8 damage.
Yeah. Okay, and we're gonna pass the turn after that, and now here's the Goliath Daydreamer, and we're gonna
Oh, double spell turn for Max. This is
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah, that's big.
And triggers the Goliath Daydreamer, so
Yes.
you're able to cast that again next turn.
For sure.
Huge turn there for Max.
Yeah, that is very big. And, 5 life, again, not the comfiest spot necessarily, but if there's a way back into this game, that is probably what it looks like.
Yeah. And now look, 4/5, 4/4 against the 1/1.
Mm-hmm.
And that one mana, the stun from the Magmatic Hellkite kept Justin off balance for a turn. They couldn't cast their Garrick.
Right. Okay. Looks like it's coming down now. Is that right?
Go ahead and read it, Max says. it's gonna lose you the game. Yeah. Well, that Daydreamer very, very powerful once it gets going.
Did you happen to see? Okay, that is a Zealous Conscript. So I think we're stuck on 4 lands, but I believe once we find land 5, that is going to immediately threaten to put, Max to 1.
Now, Max, I think I know I think you know what I'm going to say right now.
I sure.
I
do.
was telling you during the break
Yes.
that I won my draft this morning with a Boros deck, and the winning play was I cast Zealous Conscripts and stole my opponent's Gulta Primal Hunger to kill my opponent. Now I'm looking at that Zealous Conscripts and I'm thinking, you're at 5, you're at 5. Got a couple creatures, just swing out, just start trying to race with me, and I'll seal that 4/5 flyer, and I'll take this game 1.
Yeah, that one, it's so nice at instilling kind of a false sense of security, right? Because not only does it have haste, but also the threaten or active treason effect. It's really hard to see that coming. It's extremely difficult to play around it. And yeah, might just close out this game out of nowhere.
You know what I love about this cube? It made me remember how great Zealous Conscripts is.
True. We haven't seen that card show up in, let's say, Magic Online Vintage Cube for quite a number of years at this point. So
Still does good work.
it sure does.
Okay, so Max is getting frisky with the Restless Fence.
Yeah, so this might be kind of exactly what you're hoping to see as Justin. Just, really aggressive attack. We're going to take out the Wolf token with the Bloodchief's Thirst and have to imagine we're coming at the Garrick, I guess with maybe the Magmatic Hellkite based on where that's positioned on the
Yeah.
board. And the Restless Fence, I believe, allows us to rummage. I'll check that out.
Whenever you attack, you may discard a card if you draw a card. So they discarded Lingering Souls.
That is not a bad one to rummage away. We're missing, or do we have access to white mana?
They do. No, we discarded it so we can just cast it for black 1.
Right,
That gives
exactly.
us blockers in case the Zealous Conscripts is cast next turn.
True, and the Hellkite doesn't have trample or anything, so
And there it goes. There's the
Wow.
Lingering Souls. What a
that is
play.
huge.
Max just giving us a clinic on this mid-range red black. I don't know why I ever doubted him.
I mean, we are cutting it a little close, kind of down to the wire here. 5 life versus the Zealous Conscripts.
Now, one question about the Daydreamer. That Bloodchief's Thirst should be in the graveyard, no? Because after you
Yeah,
cast it again, doesn't
I think
it?
we're gonna, huh?
Or did they cast it? Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I believe so because I believe we killed a wolf token with it. Not
Let's
100%
pull up,
on
let's
that.
pull up the Goliath Daydreamer.
Yeah.
When this creature attacks, you may cast a spell from among cards you want to exile with a dream counter on them without paying its mana cost.
Yeah.
Oh, so it doesn't go away.
But no, but it says from your hand on the Goliath Daydreamer, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't think that's right because it says whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand, exile that card with a dream counter on it.
So it's not being cast from your hand. Right.
And then when it
But it wouldn't put the dream counter back on it because it's not being cast from the hand again.
right,
Isn't that how that works?
I'm pretty sure it goes to the graveyard here. Yeah, we might need a judge on that one. Yeah. All right, well, good catch on your part. I'm, not 100%, but pretty confident that you were correct about that. I've never known Goliath Daydreamer to just be able to cast the same spell repeatedly. So, sharp eye.
Hey, listen, I gotta pay attention.
Yeah.
Well, so the Blood Shooters goes to the graveyard. Okay, great,
Nice.
great.
And we
Okay,
were in time
awesome.
to fix it.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, so let's see. So we played a Tectonic Giant on Justin's side. Decent blocker, not big enough to block the Daydreamer. Max plays a land.
I believe one of the modes on the Tectonic Giant is to deal 3 damage to the opponent when it attacks, or maybe becomes the target of a spell. Is that right? Let's check that out.
All right, so wow, big turn here. Everflowing Chalice for 2
Okay.
into an Obnixilis Reignited.
Ooh, and so this is really nice because if we downtick and it's only the target of a spell that's going to trigger the Tectonic Giant. So target of an ability is actually fine. We're not going to take any damage from that. I believe.
That is correct.
Yeah. Wow.
And then 8 more from
From our 2
the
4-power
2
creatures.
big
Yeah.
4-power creatures, keeping the Lingering Souls tokens back,
Wow.
making sure that nothing crazy can happen because Max is at 5.
Yeah. This
Start-
magmatic Hellkite is putting, it's such a clinic, right? We've destroyed the red-green creature land. Now we get to come in for a lot of damage. The 5 toughness was so clutch earlier. And the Lingering Souls Rummage really just shoring things up here.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed.
Mm-hmm.
And now Justin over here hasn't drawn a land in a couple of turns, starting to fall behind. Has the Kokla, has the ZC. Can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see Max take over this game.
It looks like he's ahead at the moment. And okay, Guts. I believe this has Offspring. It looks like it's a 1-drop from Bloomborough. Don't exactly remember the name. Let's see if I
Is
can.
it called Paw Patch Recruit?
That might be right. Let's check it out.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if you're going to need to
I
write that
think-
Offspring on there, buddy. We might not have this game for much longer, but maybe for game 2 or 3.
So what kind of attack do you think we're making here as Max? Do you think we're just sending in, I don't know. It's probably not 10 points worth of power, right? Because it's not like everything has flying. So
Right. We have 6 in the air.
yeah, 6 in the air. We've got a menace creature as well, the Daydreamer. How do you feel about upticking the Obnixilis? I mean, okay. Well, gonna go
Okay,
ahead.
blocker 1 out of the way.
Yeah, put a counter on the Offspring token.
Attack blocker 2 out of the way. That's 10 damage.
Wow.
That's 10 damage. And just for good measure, Max says, let's fire up the vents. Let's get it in there.
Yeah. And looks like we're slowing things down. And yeah, there should be an extra counter. We're going to respond with cut down, and wow, that should do it, I believe, here for game 1 of
Had
the quarterfinals.
all.
Yes.
Max taking it down over Justin in the first game.
Yeah.
I got to say, Max drew incredibly well that game.
Yes, he did.
Incredibly well. Had everything, had the 2-drop, had the removal spell on turn 3.
Yeah.
Was able to snowball it from that Hellkite. Key play.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I would say that was the card of the game. Would you?
Oh yeah, 100%. And so interesting too, from our perspective, it did seem like he was on the verge of defeat. I don't actually think the Zealous conscripts ever came down in that game. I don't think the Kogla did either. So, we kind of had, what would you call that? I guess Socratic irony or something, where it's like the audience has an idea of what's going to happen and the characters don't. And then actually it didn't work out that way this time, right? It didn't play out quite like that. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
And the I have to say that
Or dramatic irony. Sorry about that.
No,
Okay.
no. It's
Yeah,
funny. I
thank you.
understood what you were saying.
Yeah, thank you.
But I interpreted it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. That turn after the Hellkite when they played they got to play Lingering Souls.
Yes.
With flashback. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That solidified the game for me.
Yeah.
I didn't know if there was a way to come back. Keeping Justin off the fourth mana
Yeah.
for a turn.
And one of the things I loved about that too is, I can't imagine that when you're Max and you're building this deck and putting the Lingering Souls into it, you're thinking, oh, well, if the Lingering Souls get stuck in my hand, I can always rummage it away to my land. Like
Yeah.
that's, there's no way that's something, presumably that's on his radar, right? So.
Here's something I just thought about.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see any of the white dual lands
Interesting.
that game
Huh.
from Max.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we saw the final build.
I
Maybe
think-
they just didn't draw them.
Yeah, that's my guess as well. I assume that's a big part of the reason we rummaged away the Lingering Souls. Granted, like we do, have some graveyard value by rummaging that away. And cast with flashback, it would not get a dream counter on it because the wording on the Goliath Daydreamer is you have to cast it from your hand in order to put the dream counter on it. So.
Okay, so we're heading into game 2. Did we see them sideboard at all? I didn't think I saw them sideboard.
I'm not
Just firing it off again.
It's interesting too because in a format like this, I would be probably more inclined than usual to check out my sideboard. If you're feeling relatively unfamiliar with some of the cards or with the list, I think that means more potential for not necessarily like cards that are good in the matchup, but even just like some swaps of like, well, this card I liked, this one I didn't. Maybe a little too results oriented, but I could imagine Justin like adding a land after that one. So. Looks like chat's saying, there's a chance that Max's deck could be set up pretty well for creature matchups. How do you feel about that, Derek?
I feel pretty confident that Max was drafting in mind small creature decks.
Yeah.
Not like fast, but small,
Right.
but just like small creature decks.
That's very characteristic of a Rakdos game plan in general, right? It's hard to draft Rakdos or Mardu without picking up a lot of removal spells.
Ooh, Justin, we're reading Shrine of Burning Rage.
Uh-oh, that might be a problem card for Max.
Tick tock goes the clock.
Okay,
Oh,
rip apart.
the
All
rip
right.
apart.
And apparently not going to be much of an issue right away.
Man, Max just has it all.
Do we have a single other answer to an artifact in our?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay.
What is this?
This might be.
Is
Is
this
it a Domri? I'm not-
Domri?
Can't quite tell.
Domri Anarchobolus.
Okay. So that'll be from War of the Spark. And here's
This
our
card is-
Restoration of Igonjo.
Domri's really good at giving you a little bit of ramp.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tutor up this plains.
Love me a Restoration of Iganjo.
It's a nice one.
Yeah. All right, so we tick up Domri. Oh, here we
Ooh.
go. Super Friends.
Not really what I was expecting from the Gruul deck, right? It looked very creature centric. That said, Domri does complement creatures nicely. And I have to say, this looks like it might be somewhat problematic for Max, right? Given that we don't really have early pressure. So we'll see, what we're able to do about this.
Well, I mean, the way Max has been drawing, he's going to have Blood Chief's Turrets right off the top of his library.
That card crossed my mind as well. I don't believe we have double black at the moment. Well, I guess we do have maybe black. Okay, black land in hand.
Yeah,
And,
and we
oh my
used-
gosh, I think he actually does have the Blood Chief's Thirst.
Oh my God, does he?
I thought I saw it in hand.
This is how you win it. This is how you win a tournament.
Okay, here's the Magmatic
Okay.
Hellkite.
Okay, that's different.
Sure. And this
Flick-
will effectively pressure.
Flicks the Carplusian Forest.
And not sure what we're gesturing to there, but okay, looks like we're going to fetch up mountain. It'll have a stun counter on it.
Yep.
Looks like we're passing the turn.
All right. So both decks seem to be swimming along decently here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing a
Is that a
Keldon Marauders?
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
Oh, look at that. Zealous Conscripts enters the hand of Justin.
Yeah.
But once again,
So this game's looking quite different from game one. We still have Max all the way up to 20 life. Remember, he was at 5 life for roughly half of game one. So,
yeah.
you know, Zealous Conscripts, powerful as it is, it's got a lot of work to do.
So I think Justin is wondering if they should go they should cast the Brimstone Volley and then use the Garruk to fight with the wolf with the Hellkite to take it down.
Interesting.
I saw them gesture.
Okay.
They definitely plus the Domri.
Mm-hmm.
No creatures died, so it's not like we have Morbid.
Sure.
On the Seal of Fire. The Seal
Yeah,
of Fire
just
finish
gonna
off. Okay.
the 1-2 punch, take out the 5 toughness creature. Not the easiest thing for red. It's also a little bit unfortunate, I think, for Justin, just given that Brimstone Volley does have the capacity on its own to deal 5 damage, but we're not close to having Morbid there.
Yeah. You just kind of take your licks there, try to keep the board clear.
Right. Okay.
All right. Here's the 3/4, the Brimaz mode of Restoration of Iganjo.
Yep. There it is.
3/4 Vigilance. Whenever it attacks, make a 1/1.
Now, so I have to imagine, you know, based on cards in hand, the advantage likely goes to Max. But on the other hand, you know, we do still have 2 Planeswalkers out on this battlefield for Justin. And this, the Brimaz is not going to be nearly okay. And we did, in fact, have the Blood Chief's Thirst. It's going to come down, take out the Domri. Have to imagine that the plan with the Magmatic Hellkite, maybe you're looking to slow Justin down. Maybe you're looking to kill one of the Planeswalkers without spending your Blood Chief's Thirst. Either way, seems like a reasonable plan to me.
Yep. And Justin draws the 5th mana, but it's tapped.
Yes.
One more turn of reprieve.
Yeah.
Can't quite flip the Garruk yet.
No, it looks like we tapped some mana for this Keldon Marauders. Looks like we're going to end up casting it here. Max
Classic
will take one.
Keldon Marauders, huh?
What if your your Lava Axe costs 2 mana?
Yeah. And gets the rumble in combat.
Yeah. Okay, we've run out of wolf tokens. We're
Hey, that wolf is a 2/2.
yeah, we're adding an
That
extra
wolf's a
power and
2/2.
toughness. Gonna have to might have to check that. Okay, we fixed that one. Derek, you might have judging in your future at this rate. We're catching all these little things here.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not a good judge, but I'm a good judge of character. All right, so what's Max got now?
Oh my
Always
goodness.
has it. Always has it. Look at the sweep.
Yeah.
The sweep. Get the
Gix's
broom. Get
command.
the broom, everybody. Max is just haymaker after haymaker.
Can't imagine we were making that
Sweep
gesture
the
if we were
board,
anything but confident.
make a
should
giant-
I'm not sure if the Keldon Marauders should have died there. Is that correct?
2
'Cause
mana. Let's look
I-
up the
I thought
the
that
text.
had to do with power rather than mana value. Yeah, so destroy each creature with power 2 or less. I'm not sure
So that Keldon Marauder should not have
yeah,
died.
I don't think so.
I don't know if we can rewind that, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see if they can rewind that.
Yeah. Are we going with the
Or
did
did
we
they
go
do
with the
sacrifice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then
Got it. So they
Yeah.
they destroyed all the creatures of power 2 or less, and then they made them sacrifice their highest creature.
All right. In that case, we should be good.
Okay, got it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I was thinking that they put 2 counters on the.
That's the play I would have
On
made
the
as well.
creature.
So yeah, a bit counterintuitive there.
Hard to know when we can't hear them, but it's
Right.
okay.
Yeah. Also, just a bit confusing because when you put the 2 counters on it, it does gain lifelink until end of turn. You get to get in for that big lifelink swing if you make that play. And the Keldon Marauders is dying next turn anyway, so I'm quite surprised we made that play, frankly.
I think they just want to get the Garruk off the board.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Actually, that makes a good amount of sense then. Good call.
One-sided. Well, what do they call that? A plague win?
Exactly.
Pretty good. Oh,
yes.
Spinner of Souls. They throw the They throw the restoration at the Spinner of Souls.
Sure.
Easy trade.
Yes, and the spinner, it is a nice value creature, but I believe the death trigger is only for other creatures and
Yes,
not itself.
it is
so,
definitely other creatures.
Yeah. So unfortunately, no value acquired there for Justin.
Yeah, just a 1-for-1.
Yeah, and so what do we have in terms of the remaining action for Justin? We still have, I think, Zealous Conscripts in hand. We've drawn,
I don't know what that other card
it
is.
looks colorless, perhaps. I'm not sure if it's like a threefold Thunderbolt
no.
or what exactly.
Oh no, Justin.
Okay. Zealous Conscripts, take the
Oh.
Phoenix of Ash. Yeah, this is not where you want to be. And I assume we're gonna
Yep,
triple
we're
block
just
the
gonna
Zealous
do that.
Conscripts, take 2. Yeah, honestly.
Maybe just mow the board down a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. This is not ideal. It feels like
Yeah.
there's heavy advantage now to Max.
Yeah, we need an advantage bar.
Yeah.
We need to start pushing it over.
Yeah. Okay, here's the
Max-
market back
You see this
walker.
Max is maxing?
Okay, and here's Regisaur Alpha. This is a nice one.
This is a good one.
I'm not sure if it's going to do enough here. So it does. The token is going to have haste. If it comes in, we can just block and trade with this market back walker. Draw 3
I
cards.
know they
We're
draw
gonna.
3 cards.
Yeah, we are not going to be attacking here.
What I gotta ask Max.
Mhm.
What's it like to just have it all every turn?
Well, I mean, you'll have to ask the other Max because I'm not familiar with this.
Coming in.
Yeah. All right.
Max is a very serious goose today.
Yeah. So market back walker, I'm not super familiar with this one. Can it still grow like the ballista?
Yes.
Yes, it can. Exactly like the ballista. 4 mana to put a counter on it.
Yeah, it's just all value.
Okay.
Oh, so the card in Justin's hand is Titania's Command.
Oh.
However, Justin's stuck on 5 mana.
Yeah. Titania's Command is an immensely powerful
Oh
card.
no, Justin has 6 mana. Okay.
Okay.
Did they? It's either they drew it. Yes.
Well, okay, we're gonna go
So-
for it here.
Can we pull up Titania's Command?
Yeah, let's do that.
Because they're thinking about the modes right now. I want to see if we look at the modes here.
Yeah. Usually, at least in retail limited with this card, you're choosing the last 2 modes, right? You're making 2 2/2s, you're putting 2 counters on
Yeah.
everything. So
Yeah. Make a big board.
yes. And it's again in retail limited, a very difficult card to beat. We'll see how things change here. Right, there are some, there's some resemblance to retail or chaos, but obviously this is a different format with more powerful cards.
Absolutely.
So
I think the only problem child at this point is the Spirit and the Phoenix of Ash. Everything else should be pretty effectively brickwalled at this point.
mhm.
And I think the only reasonable way I could see Justin coming back in this is if just makes bears, makes them everything big, and starts racing.
Yeah. It's
Maybe
tricky. I mean, we're down to 7 life as Justin, right? And the Phoenix of Ash, let's see. So if what's the pump ability exactly on the Phoenix of
Ooh.
Ash? Oh, wow.
Max still coming with the hits. Cast a fiery
The
impulse.
Okay, we must have had spell mastery
With
there to
spell
deal 3.
mastery.
Yeah. And the Phoenix of Ash, even if we were to pump it twice, it's not going to quite come across for lethal, but we do have, it looks like a Flying Spirit token as well. So actually,
We also have a pretty fuzzy camera going on right now too.
yeah.
There we go. There we go.
So what are the chances we do have lethal damage here as Max? With this Phoenix of Ash, we have 6 mana to pump it, right? 5 lands plus the Mana Dork and the Flying Spirit. So are we gaining life with the Titania's
It
Command?
looks like
Oh,
we gained life with
did.
Titania's
And then-
Command.
okay.
Oh, it's 1 life per card. Goes all the way up to 14. Max
Okay.
again, put the hits cast down.
Regisaur Alpha, get that out of there. And wow, yeah, just the 2/2 bears. I don't think the life buffer is going to be enough to save us here. This is brutal. Offering the trade with the Mana Dork as well.
I think that's fine.
Oh yeah, I mean we're pressing the advantage, right?
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like we went through this draft. We did not think that Max was going to be in the driver's seat, applying the pressure very much of the time. And in this position, he absolutely is.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. Had it all every turn. Lots of removal.
2 planeswalkers. Oh, I've got the Blood Chief's Thirst.
Absolutely. You called it too.
Yeah.
Max on max action. All right, so it looks like they're doing a little bit of math right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did
Justin
we
just
declare no
took it.
blocks? Yeah. Okay, Okay. Here's the Daydreamer.
Daydreamer,
post-combat. Yeah.
another just mono hits.
Yeah.
Kogla. Perfect draw.
It's a nice one, but we're still, I think, just dead to the Phoenix
We're
and
dead
its
to
Flying
Phoenix
Spirit token.
It has the pump because it has the
Yeah,
pump ability.
exactly. Yeah. So might just be.
Yep. You can fight. You can fight the Phoenix,
Is that? Yeah.
and then Max actually doesn't have enough
Okay.
cards in the graveyard to get it back.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Okay. The Exile of the Graveyard on the
And
Titania's command is going to give us at least some kind of brief reprieve from the Phoenix. Good call.
Yeah. And then the Bears can get in the way. The Kogla can block the Daydreamer or the Market Back Walker.
How many
Then-
attacks of the Spirit token is it going to take?
Looks like 5.
Yeah.
Looks like 5. And
All
that
right.
Market Back Walker is going to get real big
Yeah.
if Max starts drawing lands.
Yeah.
But honestly, Max has just kind of had it every turn anyway.
It's also a little bit awkward, right? I mean, Market Back Walker, strong as it is, if the Kogla is able to attack, the Market Back Walker is going to be blown up. So
Okay, so Justin does decide to hit the Phoenix of Ash.
Yeah.
Definitely the correct play there.
seemed necessary. And what is the escape cost, right, on this Phoenix?
It is it's 4 mana and exile 3 other
Three
cards.
Okay, we've got one at the moment.
Yeah, I think you have to suck it up and just and double block this Market Back Walker. That's what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
And just say, yeah, you get 3 cards. Maybe I beat it, maybe I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't go one block. Let's put it that way.
And then what is this ability on the mana dork there?
It's deal 6 damage to a creature with flying.
Okay, I see.
it's
Or
a
wait,
lot.
is it with or without flying? I don't remember actually.
With flying.
Okay.
Right?
I think you're probably right about that. Yeah. Okay, and here's the Tectonic Giant coming back down.
So now Kogla. Yeah. Yep. TikTok goes the Market Back Walker.
Just gonna
up and up
shortcut
and
that
up.
counter. Just flip
Oh,
the die up.
Max continues to draw like a god. Draws Trumpeting Carnosaur right off the top.
Oh
of the
my
deck.
goodness.
Who
And
needs
is
more
this
than
exact-
6 mana? Anyway?
Yeah. Okay, but looks like we're potentially declining to cast it. We might. Are we ever channeling it here?
We might have. Do we just have lethal?
I mean, whether or not we do, we have to be super close.
destroy
Okay,
the
we are.
bear,
Yeah, gonna
Attack
channel
with
it.
everything, and that's
Yeah.
game.
I mean, how do you? It seems very difficult to survive, right? So there's the 4/4 that has to be blocked. Okay, yes, yeah, that was a lethal attack because we had 2 blockers. We blocked both of the 4 power creatures, and we still have more than 4 power unblocked. That's the match.
That's the match.
Going to max.
Max gets it in a quick and dirty 2 games.
Yeah, feels like maybe we just underestimated this deck. Do you think that was what happened?
I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I think Justin had fumbled a little bit
Mm-hmm.
with his mana, and I
Yeah.
think Max was able to maximally punish Justin
Yeah.
for those decisions.
Ooh. Oh, and as we're going through the deck there, we see like a Voldaran Thrill Seeker. That would have been so nice if we were able to draw that as Justin.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, not sure we necessarily saw too many cards that like straight up win. Let's say the game 1. That's the one I'm thinking of where, I have to imagine if we draw that Voldaran Thrill Seeker in the game 1, pretty easy to just Lava Axe the opponent out of the game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Absolutely. So we have Max going full on removal heavy,
Mhm.
red black, demonic tutoring every turn, it seems.
Yeah.
Just dismantling Justin in 2 games. Just surveying the scene, just trying to see. Wait a minute. Look at all these cards I didn't draw.
Yeah, I believe most of these, if not all of them, were just sideboard cards.
Yeah.
So we're
I know.
checking
I
back.
think
Okay.
I think he's just laying out his
yeah,
deck.
yeah. All right, folks, and it sounds like we're going to be taking a break shortly here, and we'll be back with the action. Hoping to follow Max again. Maybe it's the bias from the name, but I am rooting for him here to take this thing down.
You're on
and
Team
we'll-
Max.
I sure am.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys again shortly.
Okay, welcome back to the top 8 draft at Boston Cube Party 2026. We were talking over the break, me and Max here. Hey, Max.
Hey, how's it going, Derek?
Good. We were talking over the break because Max is obviously biased because one of the players here on the right is also named Max. So we decided to pick. I said we should pick sides. So Max, you're going to be on Max's team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to be on the challenger. I'm going to root to see if we could take down Max.
Okay, so right now you're on Team Dustin then.
Yeah. Yep. We
Yeah.
got Dustin on the left.
Okay.
The challenger emerges to take down Max.
A challenge Dustin has indeed, because Max is the higher seed here. He has the play draw decision. I assume he's going to be on the play. Looks like Dustin's mulliganing and Max might be keeping. So yeah, once again, challenge Dustin has in front of him.
Yes. A big hill to climb. We know Max has a ruthless red-black deck that's capable of drawing the perfect card every turn.
How does he do it?
How does he do it? Well, I'll tell you the way it starts is Dustin wears a shirt with his name on it. That way everybody knows he's here for business.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I have to admire the Tigtone playmat here. I believe that was a January 2020 Theros Beyond Death Limited Grand Prix playmat
Oh my goodness.
in New Jersey. I was there.
So close to going to that Grand Prix. You were there.
I
Oh
was
my
there.
gosh.
I opened a mid-sealed pool, played against Dream Trawler, Kiora, and Ashiok almost every round.
Oh my goodness.
Managed to go 2-2 before I got knocked out.
Yeah. Well, what did you say? You said Dream Trawler, Kiora, Best of Sea God. Those cards are absolutely infuriating. Hopefully, Max is not going to have to face any of them here. Given that it is Dan's Schneider's mystery box, we don't know what's in this cube.
That's true. We don't know what's in this cube. So
Yeah.
Dustin looking at a 6.
Yeah.
Dustin looking at a 6. I don't see a lot of lands in there. But he's keeping. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, I see a swamp.
Looks like
I see
we're
a dual land.
planning to bottom a card, so it does look like we're keeping. Yeah.
And I see a Terminate.
Okay.
Is this a red-black mirror?
Interesting. Yes. And as chat's pointing out, red black or red black with a white splash. Given the turn 1 Sunlit Marsh, yes, there is some white mana in there.
All right, so
Oops.
kind of a calm start for Max. We were expecting that going into the round.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And here's
Now we
that
have-
Timuret that we passed, right?
And
And immediately
off
the
the
fire
bat.
impulse. Yes.
no
Okay.
hesitation.
Oh.
Max says, I know what my game plan is.
Okay.
All right. And still, Max, calm, cool, developing his mana just like he wants,
Mm-hmm.
trying to go 1 for 1. Let's see. I see a Gifted Etherborn, Dustin's hand. Yaheni.
Nice.
What? Yaheni, 2-2 haste,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Coming in. Max is like, I got you. There's a creature on the board. We're getting
Boom.
rid of it. Boom.
Again, channeling that Trumpeting Carnosaur. 3 mana to deal 3 damage. Not the most efficient, but it's been doing its job.
Yeah.
Consistently taking out those creatures we need to remove.
Okay. A timely Evolving Wilds there. Dustin
Mhm.
actually didn't have any red mana.
Okay, and now a Gifted Etherborn is the play.
Oh,
and
not-
immediately
not
met
for
by
long. Not for-
practically didn't even resolve.
But listen, Max, this is what we were talking about.
Yeah.
1 for 1 all day long. How do
Yeah.
we recoup that?
Well,
How do we start to take over the game?
Gonna need some card. Oh my
Here's
goodness!
how.
Right on time. Whose team are you on, Derek? Here comes the Urabrask. Looks like Dustin's gonna give this a read. And man, this is brutal. So now all of Dustin's draws turn into impulse draws. And now in addition to his regular draw, right, Max gets an additional impulse draw. So
Now hang on. Pull up the card. Great card. One of my favorite 5 mana red creatures.
it's a nice one.
However, on Team Dustin, I got to root for him a little bit here.
Mhm.
I see a Terminate in Dustin's hand.
It's true. That we did see from the start of the game. And I think this is the first creature Max has cast. So there hasn't even been an opportunity for Dustin to terminate something else.
That's true.
So I have to imagine that the Urabrask is going to be taken out. Looks like we're impulse drawing the. In fact, actually, what do you think about this? We've gone to draw for our turn. We've impulse drawn the Gary, the Gray Merchant of Asphodel. If we had terminated on upkeep, right, we actually avoid this being an impulse draw, and this just goes into our hand. So it looks like potentially slight miss on the timing there. The Gary's going to be exiled permanently now. This could have just been in our hand, Derek.
Yeah, but he didn't know he was going to draw Gary, right?
Well, okay. So now here we come with the
All right.
Restoration of Igonjo once again.
Choo choo. Value
Yeah.
train keeps running.
Yeah.
Time for more value, says Max.
Oh, yeah. Fetching up that basic planes. Do you think we have multiple basic planes in this deck? Oh, my goodness. There's the Phoenix of Ash. And that is rough for a Rakdos deck to deal with.
Yeah, it's pretty pesky.
Yes,
It's gonna be able to come back probably multiple times in this game.
Yeah,
Dustin's gonna have to mount some kind of offense. He's already at 14.
right.
We're gonna have to see what happens in Dustin untaps. Let's see what he gets, what he draws here.
Yeah, definitely on the back foot at the moment.
All right, let's see if we can see Dustin's hand here.
There are some exile effects in Rakdos, right? It's not like it's just impossible for
absolutely.
Dustin to. Okay.
All right, choosing to turn Soulstone Sanctuary into a land, it has a one-time ability. It becomes a 3/3 creature that has every creature type.
Yeah, so this land, as you pointed out, the one-time ability, it is different from a lot of other lands in the sense that when oh my
look
goodness,
at Max.
oh my goodness,
Look at this. This is somebody.
Okay.
I'm gonna need a shower after this.
It is dirty.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm wondering about here, is there ever a chance that there is like some kind of silver lining here for Dustin? Is there ever a chance that actually losing the Soulstone Sanctuary, okay, I was going to say allows us to get a second mountain, but actually, given that we're getting the swamp, it doesn't look like it.
Is Dustin mono black splashing red for Terminate?
It does kind of look that way. I mean,
they're playing a Gray Merchant.
Yeah, maybe it does kind of look like we were mono black. I'm curious if we have any other red splash cards in the deck.
We're going to have to see. Dustin's got his work cut out for him. It looks like he has another mountain in his hand.
Oh,
he might have all lands in his hand.
Oh, no. Just passing the turn. I mean, even with an instant speed removal in hand here, you have to imagine there's an enormous edge to Max in this game.
The train is just going to keep running here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a pump.
Restoration of Iganjo, I believe, is summoning sick
there
after
it is.
transforming. But yeah, we're just going to double pump, land in
That's
hand.
That's
wow.
it. Game 1.
That was some hot fire. Yeah, so, we did point out that upkeeping the Terminate does allow you to draw the Gary, but it doesn't look like that was particularly relevant in that game. It looks like, there's just an absolute onslaught on Max's side of the board.
Yeah.
And
it's just an avalanche.
Yes.
Every turn.
Yeah.
Who needs card draw when you have the perfect card every turn?
Right.
I got to say, I'm really impressed at the quality of Max's draws so far in this top 8.
For sure. And, to be fair, he is drawing very well. No arguments about that whatsoever. But I have to admit, have to recognize as a member of Team Max, you can only draw cards that are as good as the ones you put in your deck, right? So, yes, we're drawing hot, but maybe we
the
just
deck is hot.
Yes, maybe it is.
Maybe the deck is hot.
Yeah.
Maybe my skepticism, not warranted.
Well, then mine wasn't either, because I was right there with you. I definitely was a little concerned about the lack of cheap plays. You, I think, are one of the, single-digit number of people, I believe, who had drafted the cube prior to this top 8. So
yeah, I guess so.
I mean, that makes you, I think, the de facto expert. So if you are skeptical, I think you have every right to be. And it looks like Max, might just have what it takes here to prove us wrong.
Yeah, I mean, at least between the two of us, I am the expert in this cube. I can't say the same generally.
Sure.
All right. So going into game 2. I mean, Dustin's got to shake this one off. He's got to come back strong here. Can't mulligan. Let's get a good 7. Someone's got to ticket.
Yeah.
A game off this guy.
At least a game. Come on. We got to start small. We're not talking about knocking him out. We're talking about at least I put up a fight here. You know? At least I didn't get magmatic hellkited out of the game. But that's 2 creature lands that the thing's blown up. Come on.
Unbelievable. All right. Game 2. Be underway in just a second here.
Have to imagine that Dustin's going to be on the play this time. Looks like we're at least considering a keep, but oh my goodness.
Is that a 1-lander?
It does kind of look like it. We've got a Terminate in hand as well.
It's a 2-lander.
Okay. Can't quite. Is the other land also a basic swamp?
Yes.
Okay.
2 swamps. I see a Falconwrath Aristocrat and a Terminate.
Sure. And we're throwing it back.
All right.
Yeah.
I got to say, when I need to go to 6 and I see my opponent go to 6, feels good.
Oh, yeah.
Feels like we're playing in the same, pool of mud together. So it becomes a little mudslinging when we go to 6. I love it.
Exactly, yeah. It's a great way of putting it. That said, are we... I think I might have missed this. Has Max already mulliganed? Looks like he might just be keeping 7.
Max mulliganed.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yes, Max mulligan, and Dustin's finishing up shuffling. We're going to have 2 6s, hopefully. Hopefully. I see the Breon Stout Arm in Max's hand. Can't see anything else, but I did catch a glimpse of that. It looks like the Boulder Dash. Looks like a keepable hand from Dustin too. So we should get a decent a decent bit of mana development from both players this game.
Okay. Looks like we're all set. And it's interesting because, you know,
Why did he draw a card?
uh-oh. Oh my goodness. We just drew a card on the play. You know, I was just gonna say something about how sometimes in Rakdos mirrors, especially in like relatively low-powered environments, you actually can take the draw. And this, you know, things are a bit different. We've got sort of mono black versus Mardu. It's also not the lowest of power, and yeah.
You know, ooh, duress.
Okay, looks like I think the fix is gonna be the judge shuffling the deck.
Okay, that makes sense. That's a
yeah.
good fix.
Okay.
Shout out to the judges this weekend.
Yeah.
Been working hard.
Yes.
And just want to give a quick shout out to everybody here who's made judging, organization, and production possible.
Yeah.
Hell of a weekend.
Thank you everyone so much for all your hard work on this event. It's a pleasure to be a part of it. All right, so the duress is going to take off or pick off the boulder dash, which I believe was the only target.
Yes.
Max is going to play courteously here with the known cards face up, unknown cards face down.
Hey, listen, I do it. I've done it at competitive REL.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's just this is
Common
a gentleman. It's
decency.
a gentleman thing to do.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
They don't have the paper nearby. It's
Right.
okay.
yeah. All right, so interesting small little tell there from Max. You know, we cast the Midnight Reaper, which was face up, but it looked like we were considering playing another card. So not sure that Dustin's necessarily paying attention to that, but that might mean that we have at least one more like 2 or 3 mana spell
Sure.
in Max's hand there. Okay, and wow, here's a Bloodline Keeper.
Blast from the past.
This thing's going to demand a removal spell, though, because a 2/2 flyer every turn for the low cost of tapping it, that will take over the board. Not actually unlike the Garruk Relentless, another Blast from the Past in the previous match, making it a 2/2 token every turn as well.
Max, is someone going to untap with a creature while Max is playing Magic?
Wow. I guess we didn't have the nuts this time. And I believe the Brionne Stout Arm, let's pull this one up. I believe it only deals damage
To players.
It does,
Yes.
yeah, which means we're not going to be able to use that to pick off the Bloodline Keeper either.
I don't know. I think Brionne Stout Arm is just going to start rumbling.
It does look like that. Okay.
What
we've
is
got-
this card?
Looks
Mirror
like
the
Mirror the
Cursed?
Cursed, yeah. Whoops. I'm pressing random buttons here.
Let's pull that one up. I actually don't know what that does.
Yeah.
4 mana, 3/2, flying first strike haste. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player. Oh, it's like
a creature,
Drana
yes.
the Liberator, but more expensive.
Yeah, it's a bit similar for sure. Okay, so just immediately going to send in the 3 points of damage. Okay, hilariously, the chances that this matters are very low, but hear me out, Derek.
Okay, I'm listening.
Mirror the
I'm
Cursed. Subtype, it is a vampire cat. Bloodline Keeper, what does it care about?
Cares
in order
about
to
having
flip?
5, right?
Yes.
After you activate it?
Uh-huh.
Or is it during the upkeep?
No. So you can activate it
true.
anytime, but you need 5 or more vampires. So in other words, right now we have the Bloodline Keeper. It itself is a vampire. Miri is a vampire. We're going to be able to tap
Gifted
the blood.
Aetherborn is a vampire?
Oh my goodness. Are we... Is this a vampire
Is it
deck?
vampire deck?
Vampire Kindred. Oh my goodness. Making it work in the mystery box.
Max wants none of it. He's swinging in with Midnight Reaper.
Okay.
We're gonna make a vampire.
Okay, and we do go for the block, so that is going to keep us off getting to 5 vampires.
Let's see what's gonna happen here.
Okay. What's going on there?
Activating Bloodline Keeper.
Oh,
they went back. He wants to
weren't-
attack
We hadn't
first.
decided about attacks all the way yet. Okay,
Got it,
we
got
are
it,
going
got
to
it.
still go for this play. And
Okay.
looks like those are going to trade. There's going to be an 8-point life swing from the Brionne, and we're going to lose a life here as Max from the
Yep.
Midnight Reaper dying.
Midnight Reaper cares about itself.
Yes.
Dying.
So it makes it a good card.
Like I said, slow Phyrexian Rager.
Yes. How do you feel about that? Do you ever just, I don't know, use the Brionne to chuck the Midnight Reaper? I guess attacking seems nice as well.
I think with if they didn't play Miri,
Mhm.
I'd be more inclined to fling it.
Mm-hmm.
But the threat of having 2 vampires out already is giving me the spooks.
Yeah. So one of the hilarious things about this situation is, right, we're noticing like at least 3 vampires in Dustin's deck, but what we still don't know is very much about the cube list. There, I think you said it is 360 cards, so it is actually possible that a vampire theme could have been intended.
Oh, there goes Miri.
Okay.
Dying to a fiery impulse.
Yep.
All right. Dustin draws for the turn. 5 mana available.
Down
Bloodline
to only
Keeper.
one vampire, but we do still have, yes, probably our most important creature, right, in the Bloodline
Yeah.
Keeper, so that's nice. Okay, here's a Night's Whisper. This is one of the pieces that you really felt like Max was missing. We'll
Yeah,
see
absolutely.
if this helps Dustin.
I
enough
see a
to-
Gray Merchant and I see a Roast.
Okay, nice.
If that's I'm right, if that's a Roast, we could take care of that Breon Stout Arm.
That would be
start developing
huge.
Bloodline Keeper.
Okay,
Boom.
nice. And you're
Fine.
exactly right. Looks like we're gonna take a damage from a Pain Land, but that is a small price to pay to remove that Breon.
Okay. The value train keeps rolling for Max.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, Max Booth Max,
Yeah.
having these 4 mana creatures that you have to untap with and get value, it brings me so much joy as a
yeah.
cube designer. There's nothing better to me than a hill giant that has an activated ability lately.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me smile.
For sure. I mean, Magic just doesn't play by those sensibilities anymore, right? Like
I know. but-
everything's about immediate value, unless you're exactly the 4 mana Shieldred. So
yeah, but like I like to live in this world where we can make that happen.
right. Okay, looks like we do have 1 vampire token. We are now marginally ahead on board as Dustin. Max has the Restoration of Iganjo. I guess we do still have the Restless Fence, the creature land, but no creatures, not yet at least. And here's Drana. Oh my goodness.
Are we vamping?
It does kind of look like that. And this is also a blast from the past. This is,
Drana is sick.
it is sick. Talk
Oh
about
my
unbeatable
God.
limited cards. Between this and Titania's Commands, these are some real bangers.
These are some bangers.
Yes.
Dan Schneider with the hits.
Is it cards he likes or cards that I've never beaten in
Oh
limited?
my
I
God.
can't tell.
I don't know if you know Dan like I know Dan, but Dan oscillates between I just think they're neat
Yes.
and cards that bring me joy.
Oh yeah.
Now, let's turn our attention to Dustin's turn because
Mm-hmm.
Dustin's untapping with 4 vampires on the battlefield.
Oh my goodness.
Dustin's going to be able to make a 5th vampire.
Yeah, and we're gonna go ahead and,
And we're
read that
gonna-
Bloodline Keeper.
Oh, and I don't know if we have any Magic players that were around when Bloodline Keeper was a card.
Let's pull up the backside here as
Let's pull
well.
up the backside. Look at this monster, everyone. Lord of Lineage. Let's see it. Dustin's tanking.
So
I'm out-
interesting thing about this situation, both the abilities can be activated at instant speed, both the tap ability on the Bloodline Keeper and the transform ability. That said, there is still a window, right? Like we're going to, have a window for, or wait a minute, activate only if you control 5 or more vampires. You don't actually have to control 5 or more vampires in order for it to resolve.
Wait a minute.
What just? Oh, is this just a concession?
It's a
Oh
concession.
my goodness.
So he cast.
Bloodline
So here's
Keeper.
what happened. Here's what happened. Cut down was cast on one of the vampires.
Uh-huh.
Bloodline Keeper made a 2/2.
Yeah.
And then when that resolved, could flip it, and then it's
Fizzling the cut down.
yeah, because it's a 4/4.
Wow. Absolutely
And then Max says,
disgusting.
"I'm having no more of it. Let's just forget this. Let's put this in our repressed memories and go to game 3."
Just need to pretend that one never happened. Jeez, not a great showing for cut down, specifically the total power and toughness restriction, not getting it done there against the Bloodline Keeper.
Can I be honest with you?
Oh yeah.
I hate cut down. I hate it. I think it's a terrible removal spell.
I think you and Matt Grenier both. You're in good company, Derek.
I just like unconditional removal.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take a roast here and there, right? Like 2 mana, 5 damage. Like red can only get you so far, right? Before it's like a color pie bend or break.
Yeah.
But for black, come on. This is 2026. We can do a little bit better than cut down, I think.
We can.
Yeah.
We can. I'm a big Fell fan.
Yes, that's a nice one.
1B sorcery, destroy target creature.
Simple,
What
elegant.
an elegant design that is.
Yes.
Beautiful card.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like you might have some notes for your buddy Dan after. after
I have
this
no
show.
notes for Dan.
Okay.
Dan can do whatever he wants.
All right.
Dan's Dan actually, let me talk a little about this while they're shuffling up for game 3.
Yeah.
Dan wanted to convey to me that this cube for him
Mm-hmm.
was in his mind as he was putting the cards together the baby's first cube.
Oh,
Like when that first time, that first moment where you go through your Magic collection
yes.
with the intention of, I want to make a cube too. I played cube, I want to make one. And it comes from, the list is emergent from just your collection.
Yeah.
And it has
Why
that
would it
energy.
come from anything else? That's what you know. That's what you
that's
like.
what you know and love.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway,
All right. And it looks like we are moving to game 3 here. Max is going to be on the play. We're passing back. I've got 2 lands in play. You know, knowing Max and Max's draws, maybe he's got some instant speed removal up here. Here's the gifted Etherborn coming down.
Here it
and there
comes.
is the
There's
cut
the
down.
cut down.
Okay, it's redeemed itself this time, hitting the maximum total power and toughness of 2/3.
the what? The
Oh
maximum?
my goodness. It's getting tricky to avoid the puns.
I'll be here all night, guys. Just kidding. I'm going to dinner after this. Ooh, Vadmir New Blood. This is a
Okay.
cool one from Outlaws of Thunder Junction.
I'm glad you know this one because I sure don't.
And then a duress for the trigger.
Ooh.
And hits Chandra.
Wow.
What a good play on turn 3.
Wow. Okay. So we've
Max-
got at least a marginal. Is this a marginal advantage in someone's favor other than Max's? This is big news for you, Derek.
I think so. I think we're on. I think Team Dustin is starting to cook a little bit.
Yeah. And so again, playing courteously, we've got the Urabrask face up over there, and there's the Night's Whisper in hand.
It's a great moment for a Night's Whisper.
Is that Lord of Lit? Okay, the Bloodline Keeper is back.
And guess what? Guess what creature type Vadmir is?
Oh my goodness! Of course, it's a vampire. This can't be a coincidence. This must be intentional, right?
And you know what Max says? We're racing, buddy.
We're in for 4.
We're racing.
We're going to draw more cards. You're going to impulse draw them. I'm going to find an answer. You are not going to survive.
All right. Impulse draw.
Okay, there's the Yahenni.
Yahenni.
Oh my
Also a
God.
vampire.
You know what else is a vampire?
What?
We've got Blood Tithe Harvester in hand as Dustin.
God. I'm seeing a vision.
Yes.
All right. So let's see. This is a pretty pivotal turn for Dustin, I have to
It's
say.
so awkward with the Night's Whisper into the Urabrask. So we can go for it, right? But then those are impulse draws. We're missing, I think, the land here, Derek. Still in really, really good shape on board.
Still in really good shape.
You know what would be nice? How about a Nevinyrral's Disc? How about any kind of sweeper here to clean things up? I guess the Yahenni would survive because that
You know
one I
what,
believe
Max-
gets
you know what Max just drew?
indestructible.
Drew Trumpeting
that?
Carnosaur.
Really? That's a good one, but I'm not... I guess it does take out the... Oh, wait, we're not channeling. Okay, we're going to go for the hard cast.
Yeah, we're going to go for the Discover.
Sure.
So when Trumpeting Carnosaur enters, it discovers 5.
Mm-hmm.
So they get a little bit of value. Let's see it. Let's see it.
Spinning the wheel. Oh my goodness, the rip apart. Derek,
Whoa, off the top.
you're not kidding about these draws, Derek. This is absurd.
How does he do it, ladies and gentlemen?
Wow. And that's what, a turn away likely for
was
having
a-
5 vampires?
That was it. That was likely a turn away.
Wow.
Likely a turn away.
Wow, that could have been a game-winning Trumpeting Carnosaur. It looks
Huge
like we're going to
swing.
stay back
Now,
with the
does-
Urabrask.
Let's see if Max decides to keep racing here. He does.
Oh, wow, he is in there. Okay,
He does.
that's bold. He's down to 12 life. He says, you don't have an answer for this Carnosaur.
Yeah. I mean, it is a 7/6 trampler.
I guess he's taking 2 damage no matter what from the vampire, so that's understandable. Okay, we're impulse drawing the swamp here. Looks like we're going to play that one, or maybe not. We're going to consider maybe a Night's Whisper, try to find a mountain. Maybe that gets the Blood Tithe Harvester in
How
play.
does Urabrask and
It breaks every draw, I believe. Let's pull it up.
I thought it was just the first draw
You could be correct.
because Dustin's resolving Night's Whisper right now.
Oh, okay. It does say the next time. Okay. Yeah, good
Got
call.
it. So it does. It only.
Okay.
It only.
You're right about
affects
that. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Great. Okay. Dustin plays the land.
Okay.
Hits the Evolving Wilds for the. I think that's the Evolving Wilds for the red source, but needs for that Blood Tithe Harvester, but needs another turn. So what else can we do here?
Right. Another couple turns at least, right? Because I think we just played the Swamp from Exile.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong about what that is.
Oh,
Is that a
interesting.
Mimic Vat?
That's a Mimic Bat. Oh my goodness. And we do have the Yahenni, right? So,
I know, but we need to get a removal spell for this. I mean, if we can get this Carnosaur under the vat, we're cooking up a stew.
that would be disgusting.
Absolutely. Well, it would certainly taste like dinosaur. All right. And Dustin says pass the turn.
Wow. All right. So
Draws a cast down, but he has 2 non-legendary creatures. So the only
Oh,
target is the vampire.
wow. Not used to Cast Stone's drawback being so relevant, but we're in this
Oh.
spot where actually, I mean, what? It takes out a vampire token? That's not really what you, it's not where you want to be.
I know, but Dustin's at 10.
Mm-hmm.
So precarious.
Yeah.
That nice whisper put him in range.
Mm-hmm.
Doing the math, but that you can block and sack with the Yahenni, but yeah, that Trumpeting Carnosaur is going to rumble right on in there.
And if you somehow like have perfect knowledge of what's going on here, this Carnosaurus trample as well, doesn't it? Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
It
Yeah.
does. Now here's a moment. Here's an interesting moment in this game. Does Dustin try to triple block? Because Dustin could triple block,
Yeah.
and then the cast down doesn't work, right? Because the Yahenni would get a counter from the vampire.
Think about that.
Dustin would lose his board, but he would get rid of the Carnosaur, and the Carnosaur would go into the vat.
Yeah. Wow. So actually, we are safe, but it's so. Are we?
We got to see if Dustin wants to do something like this.
Yeah. It's so funny
we-
because a lot of the time throwing the board away is not the answer in this kind of situation necessarily. But
Can we pull up Yahenni? I want to see
Yeah.
if it actually puts a counter on.
so I guess it's when a creature an opponent controls dies. So ours is actually not going to get a counter.
And
And
so
I-
it's not going to work.
I guess not. So we would be okay, but we are grouping up
Here
the
it is.
blockers here potentially
Here it is.
for the
Here
blowout.
it is.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we're lining it up. I mean, it's just so much damage to be taking in
So
this
the
situation.
Yahenni will survive because it'll get indestructible.
Right.
So here comes the cast down on the vampire
Yeah.
token.
Yep. Brutal. So I guess we must
Sacrifices
have
it to
declared the
Yahenni.
triple block. Yep. It's not going under the Mimic Vat. That's a
No.
token.
Trumpeting Carnosaur survives.
Yeah.
Dustin takes 2.
Yeah. Boop, boop. All right. And
Vadmir goes under the vat for some reason,
sure.
just to have it.
Yeah. Might as well. It's free. It's not doing us any good anywhere else.
All right, and then impulse draw. Nope. Wait.
Uh-oh. Oof. Okay, good catch there by Max, because, yeah, otherwise it'd be another judge situation. It looks like, is this a Gonti that we
It's a
have here?
Gonti.
Yeah.
Who it is also a.
Vampire, of
Vampire.
course. I'm learning.
The Gonti. I think mana is once again the issue here.
Yeah, it does seem like it. And I thought I might have caught a glimpse of, was it like a Phyrexian Arena in Dustin's hand? The
don't
rightmost
know.
card? But if it is, that's not going to help us very much. Okay, here's the Gonti. This one does have Death Touch. That is nice versus a Carnosaur. Unfortunately, just being a 7/6 trample seems pretty powerful in this exact situation.
I mean, the only thing that makes sense for me here is the Hellkite.
Mm,
Because you could blow up one of the Restless lands.
sure. Yeah, I mean, we haven't even had time to think about that, but how many Restless Lands do we have? It looks like, is it just the black-white one at the moment for Max?
That's all I can see.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no good hit here.
Mm,
Can't play a land off of it.
yeah. What would your ideal hit be? Like, if you could imagine any card, is there anything that actually saves us here?
Like a 1-mana Doomblade or something,
Mhm,
which
yeah.
doesn't exist in at least as far as I'm aware.
Right. But Gonti color washes things. We've got white man over there. How about a Swords to Plowshares? Okay.
Max with the hits. It's a Fiery Impulse with Spell Mastery. Takes out the Gonti.
Yeah, it does look like that's going to happen. I mean, we can sack it to the Yahenni. That really does not accomplish very much. And now, what does that look like?
I think we're going to see a fire up of the Restless Land and a big swing here.
And that's probably going to be lethal. Looks like we do have mana for both, right? So if we go for the Fiery Impulse, we do have the Spell Mastery, takes out the Gonti. Yahenni sacks it. We're going to gain Indestructible.
Watch. So then sacks this to Yahenni, Fiery Impulse in response,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's the game.
Oh,
I think
Wow.
I think that's it.
yeah. I think we probably had lethal anyway, but why not just go for the kill all your dudes plan?
Yep. And there's the handshake. Max,
Wow.
unstoppable so far in this top 8. Dustin,
Dustin
buddy,
did his best. He
you
took a game
tried.
off him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brought it to 3. Bloodline Keeper, it was great to see you.
I loved the nostalgia in this one.
Hope to see you again.
Yeah.
So Dan Schneider told me not only was this baby's first cube, but he fully admitted to me that it's not that he thinks he didn't hit there on balance,
Mm-hmm.
but that he's like some of the ideas weren't as fully explored as he would like.
Sure.
which is totally reasonable for a first draft of a cube.
Mm-hmm.
So when I look at this Vampires deck, I think about that a little bit. And I'm happy Dustin got a match off of that and a game
Yeah.
off of Max.
Right.
It's great to see cards like Bloodline Keeper and Drana.
And it's a super respectable finish regardless, right? You made top 8 and then you won your first match and then you got a game win in there as well. But yeah, specifically for the Vampire deck, not a terrible showing either.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. But, Max says, get out of the way. I need that trophy.
Yeah.
And we're stacking up playmats under here.
He is soaking up the coverage. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, Max actually top 8'd this event last year. And so he's not only running it back on coverage, he's running it back on the top 8s, and now he's into the finals.
Now he's into the finals. One more game to take the trophy.
Yeah.
One more set of 3 games. Let's see who the challenger is soon enough.
Yeah.
Will someone be able to take down Max, or is that red-black, kill them all, perfect draws, gonna take the trophy here at Boston Q Party 2026?
It's a powerful name, Derek. What can I say? Sure.
Yeah. So hi,
right.
welcome back.
Hey again, folks.
Hey. So I wanted to go again over, like, I think how special it is to have a top 8 where we have a cube that has no list, never been drafted, and was kept secret.
Oh yeah.
Like the players, as far as I'm aware, majority of them didn't even know this was going to be the top 8 cube.
I think it was a pretty well kept secret, Derek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, like, there's so much information out there for people in the Cube community. Discords, Cube Cobra, obviously. Shout out Gwen Decker. And there's so much that comes out of that when we are trying to, like, learn how to play Cube well, or min-max or optimize or whatever.
I'm sorry. Did you say min-max?
I
Okay,
did.
okay, we can.
I did.
I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide.
And now we're faced with this kind of like raw skill, raw heuristics.
Yeah.
No way to kind of like gamify your picks. I mean, this is like an honest way to go about this top 8, and I'm so happy to be here for it.
Yeah. I guess I'm thinking, like, you say this is really baby's first cube. It's funny because I was so close to actually saying something like that right at the start of the draft, because how many friends do I have who want to make a cube and it's like they start with the cards they like, the cards in their collection. But also in many ways, it is kind of like going back to basics in terms of drafting, right? Not just in terms of cube building, cube design, but as a drafter, right? It's not like there's some kind of meta for this, not any kind of like 17 lands. There are no whispers among like the spikes of like, oh, what's the best deck, the best archetype, the power outliers. No, you're just going blind, figure it out, hope it works out in your favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really exciting.
Yeah.
And I'm myself, as somebody who likes to build cubes,
Mm-hmm.
I've started like I now have 2 cubes that I built that I'm refusing to show the list on. I don't want the list to ever be out there. I want people to come and draft and play blind.
Yeah.
I think that's a great way to like enjoy, to be really present for the draft.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm just really happy that we're able to feature this for this event.
Yeah. Well, I guess you'd be happy with the way I've been playing the Boston Cube Party, Derek, because I've done my best to avert my eyes from the lists. Some of the cubes I've already played before. I can't do anything about the knowledge I already have, but it is really fun, I gotta say, just going in blind and figuring it out. It's not an experience you get all the time.
Yeah. And like you said before, heuristics. It's just developing those core fundamentals, how you understand Magic, how you understand deck building, and just like letting the cards kind of dictate your path through the draft.
Yeah.
Like that's I want to use the phrase skill testing, but I mean whatever. It's like it's to
I
me
think
it's
you can call it skill testing.
sure,
We're here in the top 8.
yeah. But it's a pleasurable experience
Yeah,
too.
right. For sure.
Anyway, I gotta say, for everybody who was thinking about coming to Boston Q Party this year but didn't, definitely come next year.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we're ready for the finals.
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's
Sounds
do it.
like it's already time for the finals, folks. So this is awesome. These have been fast-paced matches, fast-paced top 8 overall.
Okay. All right. So on the left, the challenger, Avi.
Yes.
Third seed. I think Avi gets to see if they want to go first.
Okay.
All right. And we're going to see what Avi's playing. Avi's obviously brought the heat too because Avi's 2-0.
Sorry, did you say obviously, or are we only punting Max's name here?
I think I ran out of energy to answer that one with a quip.
Yeah, no worries.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was good. All right. So let's get things underway here. Avi on the play.
Oh my gosh.
Avacyn's Pilgrim.
This is kind of what we were afraid of during the draft portion. Oh my gosh, the fiery.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did I say we were afraid of something? We were
Oh,
not.
no, of course not. Max has the answers all the time.
That's true. That said, oh no, passing back without a second land drop. You know, Derek, I
Oh
hear
my
something about
God.
ramp spells. I hear they only
look,
ramp
look.
you if you also have lands. Is this a Bloodchief's Thirst as well?
Yep.
Wow.
Max maximally
Wow.
punishing.
Yeah.
All Avi can do is play a land and go. At least they drew one off the top of their deck.
Oh my goodness.
They must have
And
kept
here-
they must have kept a hand with a couple with at least a 1-2 mana spell or at least a 3.
Yeah, here's the restoration of Igonjo coming back now as Max. Looks like we do actually have at least 2 basic planes in the deck. A little bit surprised by that, given that the white mana is so light in the deck, but obviously you do need those basic planes as targets for the restoration.
Look at this. Avi's completely land screwed.
Yeah. And this
Avi
is
just kept a 1-lander and had both of his elves destroyed.
super unfortunate stuff. You know, finally we had someone who, in theory, could have an advantage, right? Another finalist here against Max. Someone who's on the play, I think, right, with the higher seeding working in Avi's favor. And yet, you know, the draw steps just crumbling.
Ever-flowing chalice.
Yeah.
Max getting his lands under him.
Yeah.
Getting that powerful late game that he's wanted.
Okay, here's a Tender Wild Guide coming down from
Tender
Avi.
Wild Guy, but I can't help but feel like the room is going to start closing in under Avi really
Yeah.
quickly here because this is when Max's deck fires on all cylinders here.
Yes. Okay.
He and Kieran Nalar shoot
Yes.
your 2-2.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. I got to say, I don't know what Avi kept, but we're going to game 2.
That was. Did we call this fast? That I think I blinked and it was over.
I didn't even have time to process what just happened.
Yeah. Well, I kind of, for obvious
This is
sake,
the-
hope he didn't have to process it either because that was brutal.
This is a bloodbath.
Yeah. Max is unstoppable. The most anyone can do is take a game off of this guy.
Can Avi even come back?
It's hard to imagine. I mean, he will have the play working to his advantage. Looks like he's at least going to take a peek at his sideboard, as he should. You know, maybe take a breath, try to slow things down.
All right, so we have shot called here. Gwen Deckaroo in the chat says Avi in 3.
Okay.
Avi in 3. So Cube Cobra founder calling a shot. Let's see what we can do. Avi known 3-0er
Mm,
in the community.
yeah.
Known dismantler of gods.
Hmm.
Max is looking a little godlike right now.
He sure is. Yeah. But, you know, whether or not he ends up taking this down, let's just take a second to recognize this is 6 consecutive matches of Max being on coverage. Like, this guy is just soaking up the limelight.
Maximum max maxing.
Oh my god. I don't know. Yeah. I
Yeah.
can't respond to that.
Obviously, you can't.
Yeah.
Avi over here consulting the sideboard.
We have Lyserg saying in chat, well, it won't be Avi in 2, that's for sure.
Max just presenting. Deck's perfect. No notes.
uh,
You know, in order to win a tournament,
mm-hmm.
you do have to run really well.
You do.
This is like a known
Yeah.
thing. You know, the luck skill
Balance.
balance,
mix.
yeah, has
Mhm.
to be there.
Yeah.
Some would say you have to put yourself in the best position to get lucky
Absolutely.
as a way to understand skill. And
Sure.
I often think about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a great way of articulating it for sure.
My mom's calling me. You think I should pick up? It's the finals of a tournament.
Well-
Sorry, Mom. I'll call you back.
She's missing the action. Well, maybe she's watching right now.
Maybe I know I should send her the the Twitch link.
All right. Looks like we've got Max studying an opener here. Probably making a decision. Looks like we don't have a clear one either way.
Is Max
But actually,
tanking?
wait.
Is Max tanking on a 7?
Well, it should be Avi's decision first, right? Assuming Avi's taking the play. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Max got his turn 1 all lined up. It's like when you fetch a land face down because you're waiting for the other person to make a decision. Looks like a Llanowar elf to me.
Okay, we're all set.
Oh, gaming. Avi with the troll.
Bluffing the mana dork turn 1. And
I like
it's
this
just
guy.
the
I
forest.
like this guy.
I've never
Avi.
seen that before. That's a good one.
Let's.
Just a restless fence.
All right.
And this time we're actually casting a spell.
Ranger class.
Yes.
Pull up Ranger class for the
Oh,
the
yeah.
chat, please.
So this is one of the more kind of snowbally aggressive green cards that you could have on turn 2, Derek.
Absolutely. I'm very familiar with Ranger class. I've cubed with it a lot.
Yeah.
Excellent mana sink,
Mhm.
especially as if you're in a attrition heavy matchup.
Mhm.
Lets you cast creatures from the top of your library.
Yeah.
Excellent against a removal heavy Rakdos deck.
It's so funny you say that because I was just thinking, how is Rakdos going to deal with it? And I was like, oh, Max does have a rip apart if he needs it.
He
wouldn't-
does.
Maybe
he does.
he might have a demonic tutor right in time. Well, who knows?
Ooh,
Here's a
Surrak.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a really good curve out from Avi this game.
Yes.
Okay,
And Thurk
and
is
Max-
so nice against a deck like Max's.
Yes, and Max fires back with Lingering Souls.
Mhm.
Not enough to stem the bleeding, but enough to put out a board presence.
Okay. So still looking at taking quite a bit of damage. And one of the nice things here about the Ranger class is we can go ahead and grow this wolf token, right, by leveling up the Ranger class and attacking. And that would mean that the double block with the spirit tokens is not going to be enough to take the wolf down. Oh, we've got more class.
Avi says, you know what? We're just going to fight one, and then we're going to level it up, and then we're going to put the counter on Surrak and just keep. Oh, sorry, on the wolf token. Keep this train running.
Mm-hmm. Dang. Okay. Well, things are looking good if your name is Gwen Decker for a potential game 3 here for Avi.
Yeah. Gwen Decker with the called shot. Let's see. Early advantage to Avi, game 2.
Yeah, this is a lot of damage. We're all the way down to 11 as max.
He's got to have something this turn. He has
Yeah.
every single game so far.
And he does, but there's no non-basic land to blow up, so no stun counters.
Yep, it's just a 4/5, which is a good body.
Mm-hmm.
It would trade with the Surrak, and it stunts the wolf.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what Avi can cook up with this 5th mana here.
Yeah, and you have to wonder, the hunter's talent, like it is nice to just get this thing down and then potentially level that one as well. But Derek, if we saved the hunter's talent right now,
Could have used it for this.
yeah,
I know.
why did we kill a spirit token? I'm not sure.
Pressed an advantage too hard, maybe early.
I think so.
We're gonna find
Felt
out.
A bit spewy to me.
Yeah, this was the other plan I had in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Was you level up the hunter's talent, make it
Okay.
a 5/4.
Okay.
Yep.
And looks like we're just forcing
Yeah.
a trade. Yeah.
Max has to stem the bleeding.
Yeah.
So does he have a follow-up play for 2 or 3 mana?
Okay.
He does.
Wow.
And it's
Thalia.
Thalia.
Is this Thalia Heretic Cathar?
One of my favorite white creatures.
This
Ever.
is a nice one.
Yeah.
This might be blasphemous, but Derek, I prefer this one, or heretical.
Yes,
but
I was going to say. Really blasphemous. There's only
Yes,
heretics.
I prefer this one to the original Thalia.
I do too.
Okay.
I do too. I think it plays better.
Yes. It's not a vampire.
That was round 2. All right. So Max going, how am I going to get myself out of this mess?
Yeah. This is where, a sweeper is definitely the
I
cleanest.
see the Blood Chief's Thirst.
But even with a sweeper, there's still 2 potentially problematic enchantments on Avi's side of the board. The Blood Chief's Thirst, it does something. Okay, we're going to go for a Market Back Walker. And it enters tapped. You better tap that. Yep, there we go.
Yep.
Okay.
And so now you can give Thalia +1/+0 and trample.
Mm-hmm.
The Surrak has trample. You put a counter somewhere.
That is
It's going to
so
take
much.
a ton of damage.
That is a huge amount of damage. And I can't, it's really difficult to imagine a way out with the Market Back
so
Walker.
both of the triggers went on Thalia. So now we're looking at a 5-power trampler and a 4-power trampler.
So I'm trying to imagine, is it Chandra Flamecaller? I think it has, I want to say a -4 potentially to deal 4 damage to each creature. I think that could clean up the board here.
Yeah.
And we are currently on 5 lands as max, so there's technically a chance we could have that next turn. Or maybe in Max's case, it's a 100% chance, but we're going to see
I
regardless.
hope he doesn't have a non-basic land as a 6th land, because that's going to come into play tapped.
Oh, yeah, good call.
So what does this do on Hunter's Talent level 3?
Let's check it out. I think it draws a card at end step. If you have Ferocious.
All right, so he has the 6 land, he has the Chandra.
Of course he does.
Of
The
course he
called
does.
shot from the booth, and
And
it's wow.
Attacks for 2 first,
Yes.
and then probably does. He's gonna do 3 damage to each creature, and he's gonna draw 2 cards.
Sick. Sick stuff.
So now we're entering into the mid game.
Oh yeah.
So we have an active Chandra versus 2 really strong enchantments on Avi's side.
And it's so funny in this spot because, have to imagine that a lot of the time a Rakdos deck closes things out so easily against an opponent at 3 life, but Selesnya, I don't know if we can burn Max out here. Let's find out.
I would be surprised if they were able to burn Max out. All right, we've got Overseer and then a Offsprung. What is
Yeah,
that called?
Tender Wild Guide. That's
Tender Wild
right.
Guide.
Yeah.
So we have a board.
Yeah.
We have an ability to, depending on what happens when we untap, next turn,
Mm-hmm.
you can level up the Ranger class, start being able to cast creatures from the top of your library.
There's also a chance we might just -1, sack the Chandra, deal a damage to each creature.
Yeah.
That'll clean up the Overseer. It'll clean up the Wild Guide token. Then there's the original Wild Guide that you have to worry about. And you do have to worry about it because 1 attack means that it gets a +1 counter, gets +1/+0, and already it would be drawing a card at end of turn. Not to mention the fact that, it's just coming through for 4 damage.
Yeah,
with Trample.
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, he has to answer the Overseer for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. So we're going to see Chandra
Cash in
do
the
1
Chandra.
damage.
Hey, that is
And then
about as
probably-
much work as you could expect a Chandra to do in that situation.
Okay, and then
here's the-
Daydreamer.
Yep.
And then what? They have the
There's
Blood
gotta
Chief Thirst
be.
also?
Oh my! Of course it's there, Derek.
course.
Every time.
It's Max. We're maxing. Even I have to say.
Things are getting
This is-
rougher if you're Gwen Decker.
I know. Gwen Decker's starting to sweat a little bit. Let's see. Can Avi make a big play?
And notably, by the way, Derek, we do have the Restless, I want to say Fortress over there as Max, which is capable of gaining life. Might be a much needed cushion.
The mighty Llanowar elves.
And I have a feeling that is just going to bite it to the Blood
I
Chief's
don't, I
thirst.
don't even think it's going to. I can't imagine. Unless Max has no other plays.
No, we'll see here.
Avi's starting to get a little nervous. You could see it.
Max slowing down, taking his time. Does he know that he is a game away? This could be it,
He's
Derek.
well
any
aware.
any moment here. I would be slowing down too. Well, I guess we do share a name. So let's see. We've got an Urabrask. It's coming down. It's got haste. Looks like we might have a removal. Oh no, reprieve. Okay.
A good reprieve for for Team Avi.
Yep.
And the Ripper part.
Yep.
Max continuing to have it all. Has it all.
How many called shots is that? Okay, let's just take a second. How many shots have we called here in this game,
And look,
Derek?
the Daydreamer's going to be able to rip apart the other class next turn.
Wow. Wow.
How can you not like Max's chances here? Even I can't anymore.
One card in the entire pool that can deal with an enchantment. Boom, 2 enchantments gone.
No problem. Guess what? It's Daydreamer time.
Urabrask is back.
Yeah, Urabraska's back.
You're at 15. You're not going to stay there for long.
That's 8.
That is.
That's 8.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Max is like, I don't even care. Take 8.
Okay, and here's the post-combat Restoration of Igonjo. We've seen this card come down more games than not, Derek. This thing has been like, is it in like the command zone or something? Like, what's going on with this?
Which one? They all seem to be in the freaking command zone.
That's true.
That's it.
Wow,
That's it.
wow.
Max.
The Boston Cube Party 2026 doesn't go to me, it goes to Max Richards. Takes the thing down. 6 matches consecutively on coverage, 2 top 8s in a row, this time getting it done, Derek.
Unbelievably great play, great draws, super powerful deck. Lucky at every step of the way he had to be.
Defeating finals opponent Avi, not
Avi,
Gwen.
not
Yeah,
Gwen.
yeah.
That's right. GG's.
Love to see it. Awesome stuff.
Woo! Can we get the champion in here? Can we get the champion in here? I'm gonna see if we can get him in the booth.
Yeah.
Can we get him in the booth?
Let's grab another chair.
Yeah, let's grab another chair. We're gonna scooch over a little bit. Oh, wait, I'm gonna sit here.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. You're at front.
This is exciting.
This is so exciting.
This is so exciting. For all the Maxes in the world.
This way?
Yeah, we got a Max off. Let's get
Yeah.
real close to the mic.
So first question is actually for Derek. Are you thinking about changing your name?
Speaking to the mic. Speaking to the mic.
Derek, are you thinking of changing your name to Max? It's a very proven success. Hold on, let me, where's the camera?
There, right there.
We'll get the money shot.
Left. I'm
You know,
Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
I'm gonna move my mic over here.
I'm not gonna change my name because I don't want to steal the spotlight from you. Max, congratulations.
Thank you.
We watched everything from the draft and all 3 matches.
All right, Sarah. Thank you for the I'm back. This is my fiance, Sarah. It was like I'm back. What did I miss? Sorry.
So we actually were watching. We were talking through your entire draft.
Yep.
And we were worried for you for a little bit that you had a lack of cheap plays. So what did you think about your draft?
Specifically, hold on. Specifically, lack of 2 drops.
Yep.
Lack of 2 drops that affect the board. That's really
Yeah.
what we were worried about.
So it was very much dependent on because of what I saw in the cards. I saw in the draft. I was looking at it. There were a ton of top end threats, and not as many aggressive plays. And specifically, I also noticed, especially in Pack 1, the removal was very limited. And so I was realizing that what I wanted to do is kind of what I like to do in a lot of these cubes, which is have enough little bits of removal to get through, but the cards that win games are the more expensive cards.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you saw when I deck building, and my last pick was to cut Chromatic Lantern for 18th land. Because it's just making land drops is just so important.
Okay, cool. So you played 18.
So I played 18 land. So
Love me an 18th land, I gotta say.
yeah. Commander players get luck. Cut a mana, cut a tower for a land. Anyway, so it was basically a case of I was very highly valuing things that kill. I had a bunch of little spot movement. And I was actually worried that it was going to be dead and that other people were also going to be playing mostly big stuff. So I took Obnick's High. I took the Bloodchief's Thirst. I was really happy because things that killed bigger stuff as well was what I was actually more worried about. And I was I have enough random things that are good and big, and that I will be able to power through most things. And essentially what ended up happening is I had enough modern cards that just had large powers and toughness that was able to sort of pull me through it.
Like that Magnetic Hellkite was crazy.
Yeah, the Magnetic
for
Hellkite
you.
was crazy every game.
Yeah.
Just 4 mana, 4/5. It showed up. I mean, game 1, that very first one where I'm on the back foot. I had the Bloodchief's Thirst. I could have just killed the 4/4, but I'm that didn't put me in a winning position. So I just hope you have nothing.
Yeah.
And then I got to eat a creature, and then it's a stone wall.
Yeah. So I drafted this cube this morning.
Yep.
I also trophied the cube this morning.
Nice.
Not
excellent.
not taken away from you at all.
Yeah.
But I also
I'm sure
just-
these are equal accomplishments.
I prioritized. They're very equal. Yes. I also prioritized removal and sweepers and card draw and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But man, I have to say, it almost looked like you cast Demonic Tutor every turn in some of those games, man.
Okay, so I mean, that last game, the Chandra was in my hand most
Yes.
of the game.
Yes.
I was really glad when he put the counter on the Thalia on the last turn. Because I was just, and I had 2 basics, so I knew I was going to get to that, and I was just in. I was really. I think I can't remember if the Hunter Sound was in play already that turn, because I was really wishing I had chumped with my Spirit to gain 7 instead of the gain 1. But I was very much just all right, don't die, hope Chandra can get me, which is a card I love and have wanted to
Yes.
put in cubes.
Yes.
So I was really glad that I got to take it, and then it showed up only then, but it showed up great.
But it showed up for you.
Yeah, so
Yeah. What did you think of the cube overall?
I thought it was fun. This is 100% the style of Magic I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
This is the just like people were talking about, like, I don't know any of the cards. I'm like, I know what every one of these cards does. There's a few of them that I don't, but I knew almost all of them because it was just like, it's very much like, we have a bunch of like regular normal cubes in Baltimore, and it's just like, yeah, you just have normal cards and you play them, and the games are really good because of it.
Yeah.
And like there are definitely differences in terms of like it's more biggie swings and like whatever. And so I actually was really glad when it was the mystery cube, and I'm like, and I opened the first pack and I'm like, oh, I this is I have an advantage.
You're like, I know this.
Yeah, this
I
is
know
like
this.
I think at the end of the last draft when I was talking to Jake, and he was asking me like, what do you kind of want? It was like, I just want a card with like normal cards, because I was like, that's something where I will excel at, and
Yeah.
I was really happy. So
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Anything from you, Max? I don't want to keep you out there in the corner.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I don't have. Thanks.
yeah.
Not sure I have all that much to add. I guess I don't know. What you just said now reminds me of something I was saying earlier to Derek. It feels like to some extent, it is a cube that like you were new to, and still there are kind of diminishing returns on novelty, right? Like you've played a lot of cubes before. Yes, there are a lot of throwbacks or maybe cards you haven't seen in, I don't know, a year, something like that. And still, Chandra Flamecaller. I haven't seen that one in a while, but you were ready.
I have thought about that card for the last like 4 years because I have like specifically been like I had like in the back of my mind, every cube designer has like 6 different parts of projects and one of them is I was like, I want a cube where Chandra Flamecaller is good. So
And, well, you found one today.
I found one today. This is her power level. This is like when you can use it as a sweeper, but Chandra sticks around. Is just like, and the other part that I really liked it is I was really worried about planeswalkers, other people's planeswalkers,
Yes.
and Chandra is very good at killing other people's planeswalkers.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
nice.
All right. Well, Max, we're maxing today.
Of course.
Congratulations on winning Boston Cube Party 2026.
Yeah, man, crazy.
Yeah. Enjoy the trophy. Enjoy the mat. Enjoy yourself and the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for smashing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shout out to all the organizers here. They did a fantastic job. I know on the stream you can't see it, but this venue is like really good and it's not too loud, and like there's plenty of space on stuff, and
Yeah.
that's what makes the money. And everyone here has been really nice.
Yeah.
That's what makes the money.
Could you do me
Absolutely.
a favor? Could you hold up the trophy for the
Oh,
camera for
let
just
me just get a little better shot. There we go.
There it is.
There's the
everybody.
thing. If I could do it again, would I do it different? No. Oh, this was the other part. I forgot about this. I predicted this, which was that. So my first draft of yesterday was 1-2, and then I 2-1, and I was made a joke the night before. I'm like, all right, I've done it, but I've now powered up, and so then it was 3-0, and then obviously top 64 were 3-0 into
And
this
then the
3-0.
3-0.
So it was I fully powered up from like 1 to 3 wins.
Incredible.
There's one more good question here.
Yeah, it's just if I could do it again, if I could do the draft again, I think my deck was good. There's definitely it was definitely the like cheap interaction was what won games.
Yes.
I don't know if there were options for things. I think the Chromatic Lantern actually kind of threw me off. I think I didn't need it.
We were writing the tailcoats of that Chromatic Lantern for like at least a pack and a half.
Yeah, of just like, all right, here's like a blue card, here's a
Yeah.
green card.
Like it was prophetic
The
ball.
prophetic ball. To be fair, that one was the last pick. I didn't sacrifice anything for that, but
That was
like,
super late, 13th, I think. So
yeah. And like, I have 2 green. I didn't end up playing the like, whatever.
Lanamore Waste and
Yeah, the Lanor is for the one for like, because I was just like, he was like a 4 mana like exile thing, which is good, but I was just like, I didn't know.
Terra Sunder. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Ooh. Let me look at this map. Beautiful. Celebrating the champion for Boston Cube Party, June 19th to June 20th, as they all know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on with the interview, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
I'll be excited to watch this later and listen to myself later.
Here.
All right.
You want to get back to your friends? Please.
Thank you all. I'll go out this way.
Yeah. All right. Well, now we've switched places.
Yes.
So that was a lot of fun, Max.
Oh yeah. I think the switching places here, Derek, is somewhat symbolic. Hear me out. I feel like this is a bit Hero's Journey-esque, right? We started off, we were skeptical. We didn't really see how things were going to come together for
Yeah.
Max. By the end, I didn't have a doubt in my mind. I'm guessing you didn't either.
I didn't either. No, I have to say.
He seemed to have no hesitation whatsoever. Took it down without hesitation.
Yeah.
And just amazing stuff. You love to see it. charismatic guy. Love to like hand wave with the sweeper.
Love the dramatic, like the little flair.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love a good
Oh, yeah.
flair.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, all right. Well, if you were thinking of coming
Mm-hmm.
next year, please come. This was such a great event.
Please do.
Beautiful space. Everyone was so nice. The cubes are great. I played an all foil cube this weekend. It was gorgeous.
That's awesome.
Like, I had a great time, and I can't wait to come again next year. What
This-
about you, Max?
I mean, this is just, I was going to say one of, but I'm just going to say it. This is the best local cube event. I love all of the cube events, but this is the best one. So please come back here. Join us at the Boston Cube Party. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right.
And that's it.
We're good.
Thank you.